I didn't hear you.
Oh, well, I have a deck of tarot cards here. I can look into things in your life. If there's something you'd like me to look at, is there?
Yeah.
Okay, and what would that be?
Mental health.
Mental health?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. Well, well, now that's fascinating because I had this card earlier. It's the Ace of Swords, and that's about mental activity. And I've got the Ace of Cups, which is emotional activity. It seems to me that what will characterize the coming year for you is growth in terms of emotion and thought, just like an earlier call I had. And it'll do well because the next card I have is the Ten of Cups, which is about great happiness and joy. So you've been looking for happiness and joy, haven't you, Chloe?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. I see that I have the Two of Swords here, which tells me that things are kind of stuck for you. That you don't feel like you're advancing, but I'm here to tell you that you are. Okay, that's because the aces are beginnings. Again, this is remarkable. I mean, here I am, and the first day of the year, and I'm getting so many cards for people about new beginnings. And, you know, that's, everybody talks and talks about New Year's resolutions, but I see that you're going to do it. You're going to have a new beginning in terms of your mental activity, and you're going to have a new beginning in terms of emotional activity. And I have a card here that tells me that you are entering a brand new phase of life, and it'll be a very happy phase of life. The world is here. That's a card of assured success. You're going to have a very good 2025. Now, if there's any concerns about health, please consult a physician. This is straight from the horse's mouth, because I was slogging through life last year, and the doctors found out what exactly was wrong with me, and have been treating it, and I wouldn't say I'm doing fine now, but I'm alive, you know, and I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I still have a way to go, but this is going to be a transformative year for you in terms of emotion and in terms of mental activity and happiness. So you're at the doorstep of a new, happier Chloe. How's that?
Yeah. Okay.
You deserve it. Here's the Four of Rods is here. That's another card of a happy home and joy. So you're heading for a very good year. I will send positive energy your way by lighting a white candle tonight. How's that?
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Chloe. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye. And let's shuffle up the cards. That is remarkable. I mean, I discussed this briefly in Reverend Elliott's Magical Window, the book and CD set that will help you learn how to do this yourself. You can find that at Amazon.com. Got to throw in a little sales pitch, right? So much for ringing a bell 3 times for sacred space, eh? The idea that I'm getting so many aces for people and pages, that's another one. Those are beginnings. It's astonishing. On the first day of the year, and we're getting all this stuff indicating change and growth and positive growth for people. I love it. Lola in Cincinnati is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliott.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight, Lola?
I'm doing all right.
Well, let's see what we can do to make that a little better. What can I look at for you?
All right. I'm not too sure. Just basically like general, or things going to change and turn around. I've been having a pretty rough year as it is, and it's a new year. New things are happening.
Well, let me see. Yes, this is. The Two of Coins is here. That's a card of juggling money and trying to get financial stuff going, and it's I get that for a lot. That's the way it is these days. But for you, I've also got the temperance card. This is the third time I'm getting that today, so this is absolutely marvelous. There's a trend in the air. That means balance will be restored in your life, and the world is here. The world is a very good card. The world means assured success. If things have been out of balance in your life, and you wanted things to change, here's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune indicates change, and the change that's going to come is justice. And that's the card that I got twice so far for 2025. I got it when I looked at it. I pulled a card on New Year's Eve, and I got a card this morning for New Year's Day, and it's justice. And here it is for you. These are very good cards. Justice and balance and change and success and happiness, they're coming your way. Healing, health, growth, happiness, that's the sun. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 of these cards are major cards. That means that this is going to be a very important year for you, Lola. Very important. And all kinds of good things are falling into place for you. And what you wanted was change, and you're going to get change. That's the Wheel of Fortune. And the change is going to be good. That's the Justice card and the Sun card and the Temperance card. These, and especially the World. It's good. This sounds so boring that everything is going to be wonderful for so many people, doesn't it? You know, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not eager to say, "Oh, your whole life is going to go down the drain this year." But that I don't see that for anything here. I see nothing but joy.
Last year.
Yeah, well, welcome to the club, right? You know, it was terrible, but you're not. That's all changing. These are some of the most positive cards in the deck. Justice, the Sun, Temperance, the World, just gorgeous, just gorgeous, and you're going to do very well. The Strength card is here. That shows me that you're a person who has the tenacity and the ability to get through the hard times, and that's 90% of the struggle. You're going to do just fine, Lola. This is going to be a very good year for you.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, well, those are your cards. Let me see if I can find one other thing. No, I see. I cut them again, and I got the Wheel of Fortune. That's twice now. That is the deck is saying that this is going to be a year of change for you, and that's what you wanted, and it's coming. And the main thing is, it's not going to be like a disaster change. It's going to be good change. Okay?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, those are your cards. It's what's coming for you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great 2025. As they say, it's in the cards. Thanks for calling.
Yes. Bye-bye. Thank you.
See, this is, I don't know. I've been doing this here on Ask One Radio for so many years. I must have done a show on New Year's Day once before. I can't imagine I haven't, but I don't recall. Like I said, I don't want to get too involved in the political stuff, but it's been a lousy 2024, and it was pretty bad. You know, I mean, there was a period there before that where, you remember, we hit 9% inflation. It was just, it was as if nobody in government knew what the hell they were doing. It's just, they just figured they'd give it a try and see what would happen. And of course, they don't suffer. You and I suffered. But we're coming out of that, and I have been sensing in the way we're speaking to people from all over the world that there is change in the wind, and these cards are showing it in terms of individuals. I'm getting so many aces. Now, the last time this happened was just before COVID hit. If you go back into the Ask One Radio archives, if you're masochist enough to spend some time listening to my old shows, shortly before the spring of 2020, I was getting cards of everything changing in people's lives. And I couldn't understand why. Well, the disease came along, and now we know. So the cards, I trust them. The cards do show these things. And right now, I'm getting so many cards of positive change in people's lives for the new year, and it's happening on New Year's Day. So it doesn't get any better than that. Well, we've got a couple of minutes to go here, so let's take a call here from Jennifer in Washington. Hi, Jennifer. You're on with Reverend Elliott.
Hi.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's a great New Year's Day for me. You know, everything is. I'm surrounded by positive energy and the readings that I'm doing for people. I'm awash in it. It's doing well. So, what can I look at for you? You picked a good time to call.
Just whatever comes up.
Okay, let's see what comes up. Let's see. Well, I see the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is about money. It's about getting money. It's about receiving money. It's about philanthropy. This is the Four of Rods is about happiness, and the Magician is here. That's the card of a person who knows how to take spiritual power and transform it down to work here on an earthly level and get what she wants done. You're a powerful person, I see, spiritually. Do you practice anything like that?
I do.
Oh, good. Because, I also see the Temperance card. I think I got the Temperance card for almost every person I was reading for today. That means balance restored. That means that if there's anything that's been out of balance in your life, it's going to again. And I got the Wheel of Fortune. That's twice now. That is the deck is saying that this is going to be a year of change for you. And that's what you wanted, and it's coming. And the main thing is it's not going to be like a disaster change. It's going to be good change, okay?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, those are your cards. It's what's coming for you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great 2025. As they say, it's in the cards. Thanks for calling.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See, this is, I don't know. I've been doing this here on Ask One Radio for so many years. I must have done a show on New Year's Day once before. I can't imagine I haven't, but I don't recall. Like I said, I don't want to get too involved in the political stuff, but it's been a lousy 2024, and it was pretty bad. I mean, there was a period there before that where you remember we hit 9% inflation. It was just it was as if nobody in government knew what the hell they were doing. It's just they just figured they'd give it a try and see what would happen. And of course, they don't suffer. You and I suffered, but we're coming out of that. And I have been sensing in the way we're speaking to people from all over the world that there is change in the wind, and these cards are showing it in terms of individuals. I'm getting so many aces. Now, the last time this happened was just before COVID hit. If you go back into the Ask One Radio archives, if you're masochist enough to spend some time listening to my old shows, shortly before the spring of 2020, I was getting cards of everything changing in people's lives. And I couldn't understand why. Well, the disease came along, and now we know. So the cards, I trust them. The cards do show these things. And right now, I'm getting so many cards of positive change in people's lives for the new year, and it's happening on New Year's Day. So it doesn't get any better than that. Well, we've got a couple of minutes to go here, so let's take a call here from Jennifer in Washington. Hi, Jennifer. You're on with Reverend Elliott.
Hi.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's a great New Year's Day for me. Everything is. I'm surrounded by positive energy and the readings that I'm doing for people. I'm awash in it. It's doing well. So, what can I look at for you? You picked a good time to call.
Just whatever comes up.
Okay, let's see what comes up. Let's see. Well, I see the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is about money. It's about getting money. It's about receiving money. It's about philanthropy. This is the Four of Rods is about happiness, and the Magician is here. That's the card of a person who knows how to take spiritual power and transform it down to work here on an earthly level and get what she wants done. You're a powerful person, I see spiritually. Do you practice anything like that?
I do.
Oh, good, because, I also see the Temperance card. I think I got the Temperance card for almost every person I was reading for today. That means balance restored. That means that if there's anything that's been out of balance in your life, it's going to come into focus this year. This is going to be a year of growth and change. And it's all positive. I mean, it's so... Where's the disaster? Apparently, all these cards are showing that it's behind us, and that's where it belongs.
Yeah, it was
right?
last year.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Let me tell you, when to be able to pull yourself into the doctor's office and have the doctor say, "Well, you're going to die." That was, that's the kind of year I had.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, well, you got to deal the cards you're played. You got to play the cards you're dealt, as I mangle another cliche. But
at least you can appreciate your time now.
Yes, especially now that it's fading away on me. But they can keep me going for many, many, many more years. They tell me. But the main thing is my energy is back, and I'm alive, and I'm working, and I'm happy, and things are going well, and I'm seeing that. And this is like I'm not doing this to bring it about me, because this really is about you. That this kind of renaissance is happening for almost everybody I'm reading for. It's astonishing. Change and growth is in the air, and after the last couple of years, we have it coming. We earned it, right?
Absolutely. I would agree wholeheartedly.
I've got to run. I'm up against the end of the show, but I'm glad to see. I had this fear that the last call it's going to be disaster, but no, it's all good stuff. I mean, here's another one: the Nine of Cups. That's about great physical comfort and satisfaction and joy. You see, you're going to be doing very well.
Oh, that's absolutely what I wanted to hear. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye now. Well, that's it. Look how fast the time went by, and it was, like I said, it was just so upbeat and positive that it confirmed everything. I'm almost speechless because I've been feeling in the zeitgeist, the aura of the world has been one of positive energy and growth and change and happiness. I haven't seen anything like this since the waning days of the pandemic, when here in New York City, strangers were talking to each other. Here, the strangers' communication generally involves a gun or a knife, but people were happy and talking to each other, and then we got hit like that with this crippling inflation, and everything got, I don't have to tell you. Anyway, I've got to run. We've got only about 30 seconds left, so come back next week to Reverend Elliot's Magical Window. Follow me on Twitter at Rev Elliot. And hey, I'll see you next week. And remember, till we get together, time flies. It's up to you to be the navigator. Bye-bye now.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Intuitive Readings with Nay Mary. Live from intuitivereadings.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Intuitive Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, and wherever you are today, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you're having a wonderful start in 2025. I am Nay from Intuitive Readings. I'm a psychic and medium, and I help people find peace and purpose by connecting them to the spirit world and delivering healing messages. And that's exactly what we're going to do here today, my friends. So to kick things off, I might just draw from my tarot deck a couple of cards for the collective and just see how the energy is looking in this first week of 2025. Although this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're listening to this is when you're supposed to hear it. So Spirit will be bringing it to you at that time. Okay, and so what we've got here is the High Priestess, which is a card to remind us to use our intuition. And I feel as though for some of you at the moment, you're receiving some really almost heightened experiences when you're dreaming and messages coming through dreams. So when you do wake up from those dreams, do consider what those messages were and apply your intuition. And what that means is not to take things so literally, you know. So if you're finding yourself driving in a car and the brakes don't work, for instance, well, this doesn't mean that you're going to be driving in a car and get into an accident. It might just mean that you feel as though you've lost control over some path in your life, or you're having trouble to make decisions and take direction. So something for you to think about there is just really applying your intuition. I do feel as though for some of you as well in the dream space, there will be, you will have some meetings with people that you haven't seen for a very long time. And it's almost as though Spirit is bringing these people into your dreams just to remind you that they are thinking of you. So these are people in spirit to remind you that they are with you on that journey, and you can call on them for assistance whenever you need. And finally, another card. All right. Oh, and this is such a beautiful card to get this week. So this is the Four of Wands. This is what I like to, the 1111 card. And this is the card that means all happy things, celebration. So there will be some really good times for you in this next week for you. I do love this card. The 1111 card also reminds us to look out for messages and from our spirit guides and our people in spirit. So if you are seeing the numbers 11 anywhere at the moment, just know that is your loved ones in spirit trying to communicate to you. All right, and I might just go to a caller. So we have Carol in Cedar Lake. Are you there, Carol? Oh, and so Carol's just having a small chat to our producer. But what I will say is that this 1111 card, you might see these numbers 1111 anywhere. It could be on your microwave. It could be on in the car, on your clock. They really do pop up anywhere, and it never ceases to amaze me how Spirit communicates to us when they're sending us messages. I have a dear cousin who I often see her initials on car number plates, and that's just so special because it is a real reminder that they are around us. So do use your intuition when you see that. All right, I think Carol's ready now. How are you going, Carol?
Hi, yes, I'm here. I'm great. How are you?
Good. It's lovely to meet you. What can I do for you today?
I've been going through a lot of changes and some stress through my work career, and I was just maybe seeing if any messages from Spirit give me any advice on any solutions that I'm trying to find.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just tune in for you. I can actually feel a female come in on my left-hand side for you, and that's usually someone in spirit for you. I feel as though she is, she's grandmother. She's showing me that she wears socks. Did your grandmother wear, and it's quite a funny thing. She wears like these thin socks with her shoes that she's showing me.
My mother is in spirit. We were very close. My grandparents died before I was born, but my mother and I were very close. She's in spirit.
Okay, well, she's stepping forward and she has something to say about this. Oh, okay. And what she's explaining to me, I do feel as though there has been some resistance in where you've been working in the past, almost like it's not a feud, but it's almost as though some resistance with some of the sort of male energies in the office or in the workplace. Would that be correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Making me aware of that. And she's telling me, so she just said, stand your ground. And it's almost as though she wants to really ask you to take your power back in this position, because I do feel as though these male energies have made you feel quite small in these positions.
Yes.
And what she's reminding you of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what she's reminding you of is it's so important to be strong right now. And I'm just going to pull a card as well. Okay, so what she's explaining to me, and so the card that I've pulled as well is the Ten of Wands, and this is a gentleman that's sort of, that it is taking a lot of work to get up the hill. And so, and what she's explaining to me as well is that there is a lot of, there is going to be some more resistance coming in the earlier part of this year. I don't feel as though that clears until the month of, is that March or May, please? I feel it's May. So there is some resistance there. But I'm not going to leave you with that, because the reason we do these readings is to give you what the current energy says around this situation. But energy is malleable and it can change at any time. So what I would like to say to you is that you are able to change that trajectory and find a more positive outcome more sooner. And so I'm just going to tune in now and see how you can do that, or how they recommend you do that. Okay, and she's saying again, stand your ground. And I feel as though it's almost as though I have an inability to speak there. So, to use your voice and to vocalize how you're feeling and communicate how you're feeling in this space, because there is she is acknowledging that there has been a time where you haven't been able to express things the way that you would have liked to have. Is that right?
That's correct.
And she is making me aware of as well of of emotions running high as well. So almost as though when I go to communicate, it's almost like I'm choked up with emotions. It's very difficult to get the words out. And then it's, that evening I reflect on what I've said and I just think, oh, I should have said this in that moment, or I could have said this. And what she's saying is don't dwell too much on that. It's just going to take time to be able to find your voice in that space. And certainly she's showing me someone speaking to a mirror as well. And it's almost like practicing a dialogue. So I'm not sure if you're doing that already at the moment, but she is showing me someone speaking in a mirror and having sort of a conversation.
Talk to myself in the mirror, yeah.
Okay, and she's encouraging you to continue to do that. And it's almost like role play out those discussions so that you can prepare yourself in that moment, because it's almost as though the words I go to say, they're sort of lost when I go to communicate them, because emotions are so high at that time.
Right.
And if you can do that, you will be able to bring that in earlier for yourself and change in that direction. Okay, and I am seeing the World card as well. So the Wheel of Fortune, which is my worldly card, and it is telling me that in this situation you're going to be able to turn things around very quickly once you find your voice in this space.
Great.
So a little bit to think about there.
That's great news.
And what I'll say as well, this lady, oh, she's lovely. Okay, she's just put her hand out to me as well and showing me a ring on there as well. So I'm not sure if you have her ring, or she has a ring of some significance. I feel as though it might even have a green stone on that. Is that familiar to you?
I have a part of a anniversary gift from my father that was given to her, that I have a stone I was thinking about making a ring out of it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, she is bringing that up. So she is aware of that. And it's really nice when they bring things up that are so random like that, just to remind us that they are around, that they're engaged in those, those conversations. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good. Is there anything else I can ask for you now? Would you like any more clarity around that?
I think you just summed it all up. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. It's such a pleasure. It is such an absolute pleasure.
It's an absolute pleasure here. You have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Lovely to meet you, Carol, and thank you so much. So that concludes my readings and show today, but don't worry, there are some other amazing readers and light workers that are going to be just right up next. So thank you so much for connecting and your energy today. If you did enjoy the show, please do like and follow me on Facebook at Nay Mary Intuitive Readings. It has been an absolute pleasure to connect with all of the listeners tonight, sending you all love and light wherever you may be. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you again next week. Thank you.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Live from MMAstroVibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Oh my gosh, we have so much going on astrologically this year. I can't even begin to tell you. It's going to be a really interesting year. I feel some of the things that are going on are quite unique. We have Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn all changing signs. And what that means is it means different energy. We have Pluto in the end of 2024 go into Aquarius. So Pluto stays in a sign about 21 years. So it transforms whatever, sign it's in. Aquarius is typically about groups of people. It's about technology. It's about advanced people. So don't be surprised in the next 21 years that we make contact with extraterrestrials. Very, very possible. Also, when we look at Saturn and Neptune are going into Aries. So that tells me Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And that tells me we're in for a new age. We're in for a new age with Neptune. Neptune covers all things spiritual. It also covers, it's the house of prisons, house of the 12-step program. So I think we're going to see some dramatic changes on maybe some of the drug crisis in America. I think things are going to actually progress as far as helping people. I think we're going to see more gurus, more spiritual healers come out. I just think that things are going to be are going to be very different. Also, we have Uranus going into Gemini. That's really huge. Uranus stays in a sign about 7 years. Last time it was in Gemini was during World War II. Time before that, it was the Civil War. And the time before that was the American Revolution. So it stays, it comes in and awakens things and it changes things. So this is not to scare anybody, but just to tell people that these are kind of the dramatic changes that are happening. So I feel that all of this is going to be really, we're on the precipice of really, really major changes. And like everything else, there's going to be some hardships, but there's also going to be some dramatic, as far as that we're in air energy, dramatic technological advances. So just kind of stay tuned for all of this. I know it's a lot to digest. I just did a class on this, on what's going on in 2025. And I feel like people can feel this energy. It's nothing new. And it's just a matter of sitting in discernment, knowing what's going on, but also looking inside and how you can make dramatic changes to yourself with all of this, I would say, chaos and stuff going on the planet. How can you really find that purposeful aspect of who you are and make the changes inside of yourself. So I would definitely challenge you to take on that task. I do personal readings. I do business readings. So if you have this inner voice telling you, hey, this is how you feel, or what, maybe you should try this, you could always get a reading from either a personal or business perspective. My www.mmastrovibes.com. I love helping people find their soulful purpose. And in speaking about that, I'm going to take a reading. I typically have time for one reading. It's a short show, 15 minutes of a zodiac zone, getting your zodiac fix for 15 minutes. So I am going to Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
Hello.
How are you in this new year?
I'm okay. I'm hoping that 2025 will be better than 2024.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do a quick reading and see what we have. And so I'm going to tell you, I'm an evolutionary vibrational astrologer, so I really focus on the soul purpose of why somebody's here. What is your birthday, day, month, and year?
August 12th, 71.
Okay, 1971. What is your time that you were born?
I believe it was around 9:20 p.m.
9:15 p.m. Okay. And the city and state?
City is Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Okay, so Winnipeg. Let me pull up Canada here. Okay, I got it. Okay, so like I said, I really focus on the soul purpose of why somebody's here. I feel that you have a lot of nervous energy. Your South Node is in Leo in the 6th house of Virgo, and your North Node is in Aquarius in the 12th house of Pisces. And what that means is, so typically a South Node in Leo, I'm not saying they typically feel like in a way like everything's about them, that they're causing a lot of stuff that's going on in their life, and they sometimes like to self-isolate. I find some Leos are always searching for love, finding that perfect love. And yours being in the 6th house of Virgo, like I said, you can have all this nervous energy. I feel like you're the type of person that likes to be on a routine. You have your son there. But I think where you're going to find your highest state of consciousness and where you feel best is moving into that Aquarian energy, kind of embracing the spiritual part of your soul, embracing your weird, and doing something with groups in a spiritual kind of environment where you're getting a lot of guidance, that inner guidance from your higher self, because that's where your North Node is, in the 12th house. And, I feel like you have a lot of that energy inside of you. How does that feel for you? Is that something that you can connect to, or what are some of your thoughts about that?
The spiritual piece of it, yes, I find myself to be a spiritual person for sure.
I feel that a challenging thing for you. I also look to Chiron being the wounded healer, half man, half horse, censure. Your Chiron so the story behind Chiron in Greek mythology is he was immortal. He basically existed in his wounds, and until he was released, he really didn't understand the purpose and meaning of his life. And we all have this in our chart. Yours is in the second house in Aries. So I feel that there's things wrong with your self-worth, that you don't feel worthy, or you have trouble. It's about money, something about maybe previous life you struggled with money. So it's really, and how to overcome that is to do your spiritual purpose. And like I said, the spiritual purpose would be for you to do something in a group environment that's very spiritual, whether it would be, teaching classes as far as Reiki, or doing something like I do where I teach classes in astrology, doing something with a group dynamic involved. Let's see what else I can tell you about yourself. I feel with Saturn in the 4th house in Gemini, I don't know if you always felt like the adult in your family dynamic, or you felt a lot of responsibility when it came to family, whether it's, from childhood or just in the family dynamic as a whole, Uranus in the 8th house, I feel like sometimes your life could have taken a dramatic change that was unexpected. I don't know, again, I want to keep this very general because astrology, is very specific and unique and very private to people who, get a session. And I feel relationships, whether they're business, personal, there's been some difficulty in those too. How does this feel? Am I on track with this? Is it,
Yeah, you are. Like when you previously mentioned, like my nervous energy, that has a lot to do with what I've encountered in the past couple of years, as well as, not feeling worthy and, the money issues and all that. So yeah, you are in tune with what's going on.
Yeah, and I would say too, I know I have, I just wanted to kind of give you, a little bit. I feel like a more in-depth reading would be really good for you. So we can kind of dive into some of these things in more detail if you're open for that in the future, because I feel that once you get on that spiritual realm and found your spiritual purpose, everything shifts. Everything around you shifts, the people around you shift, and it's truly where you feel the best about yourself. So I invite you to do that in the future. But thank you for calling, and I wish you a really happy and healthy 2025.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sure. So that's what I do every week here. I want to give you a little fix, a 15-minute fix of what's going on week to week in 2025. I have enough time to do a mini reading for whoever calls in, whoever we get a hold of at that particular time.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey lovelies, it is me, Gene Rose, aka the infamous JJ. Welcome tonight. Oh my gosh. Guys, we are having the 14th episode of Sessions with Spirit. I am so incredibly excited. I cannot even begin to tell you. Let's kick off the show with one of our requests from my followers. We're going to begin with Kristen, who is from Maine, and she would like to know, will the financial aid for school work out? Guys, I love reading tarot. To me, it is so, I want to say therapeutic, because honestly, not only does it bring us feeling, but it also shows us direction, as well as gives us insight, as well as advice. So just when you think there's no hope at the end of the tunnel, here comes tarot, and it shows you what direction you need to move in. Kristen, I would definitely say overall, I would not worry, love. The financing is definitely going to go through. I feel like there's just been a few blips in the paperwork, a few hiccups, if you will. Overall, do I see things working out? Yes. Definitely pick and choose your battles. Reason why I say that is because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with things that are outside of your control or even things you cannot change. You know, you want to stay steady and definitely stay focused, especially as you start this new chapter of your life. Congratulations, and definitely good luck with this new endeavor. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. So I think we are going to do a couple of readings from followers tonight, and then we're going to do some callers. Let's go with Sabrina, who is also from Maine. Hi, Sabrina, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I heard you guys are getting a nor'easter. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to live in New England. I originally hail from New York. So I totally get New England weather and how brutal it can be. What are we reading on tonight?
I don't know. I'm new to this. I don't.
It's okay. Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we do a reading in regards to general? The reason why I say that is because, and guys, forgive me, my light just went out. Reason why I say that is because it doesn't program the cards to just one area. It's going to allow them to bring up anything and everything. So that definitely would be the best option in my eyes. Like I said, the cards aren't limited. Yeah, let's do that. Let me just fix this, right? I swear you can never control anything in life. Just when you think everything's fine, it's like that Alanis Morissette song, right? Isn't it ironic? Oh, gosh. It's been like one of those days, I swear. So, love, like I was saying with general, the cards aren't being programmed to one specific area. So anything and everything can definitely come up. That's why I love doing general so much. The first card was from the Cup suit. That's going to refer to the start or beginning, I want to say, of new emotions, happiness, contentment, joy. Reason why I say this, because the card that fell next was the Hermit. But I feel like instead of, you've already walked through the tunnel. Now you're arriving at the light that is at the end of it. What confirmed that for me was the ace of, and in this deck it is labeled as acorns instead of wands. That's going to refer to unexpected opportunities. I also do see and feel a release of fear. So those, and even specifically waiting for the other shoe to drop, you letting go of that fear or that feeling overall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. I did pull an extra card for you, and it was the Empress. If there are any decisions on your plate, I would highly encourage you to decide not to decide. That's going to allow you to not only see the decisions through, but allow you to make the best choice for yourself. You know, sometimes when we have things on the table that we have to decide, we overwhelm ourselves thinking, oh, I got to make a choice now. I got to decide today. It could be issues, and I'm not really seeing that big of an issue with money. I don't feel as though that's a huge concern. If anything, I'm seeing like worry, fear, anxiety, things like that. Could those relate to money? Of course. But I'm sensing that it's more from that direction than it is definitely finances. There's other stressors in your life that sort of trump money. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. One of them I feel is conflict. So definitely stay away, even if it's internal conflict, because sometimes we do that to ourselves. We drive ourselves crazy, you know, and we also pick ourselves apart. I'm definitely going to encourage you to take a step back from that, even if you are making jokes at your own expense to break the ice or to kind of quell those anxieties. Take that step back, take that deep breath. It's not worth it, even if you're doing it for a laugh. As far as outside conflict goes, draw those boundaries. Nothing is wrong with making yourself a priority. I think it's been too long of you putting your own needs on the back burner, and it's about time you not only address your needs, but also your desires and your wants.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Oh, love, you are too hard on yourself. You know, you got to take that step back from, you know, just criticizing yourself over and over. And the accomplishments that you do achieve, definitely let them shine bright. Don't shrink yourself for anyone else.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense for you.
It does.
I'm glad, love. I'm glad. I know sometimes with readings, and you know, they hold that mirror up in front of us that sometimes we don't want to look into. And I think for you, it's that self-criticism, stepping away from it and taking a break from it. Whatever you think is going to be what you speak. And whatever you speak is going to be what you manifest. So definitely be careful with the things that you think and also the things that you say.
All right.
All right, love? Thank you so much for letting me read you tonight.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, love. Take care.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye, love. Oh, that was wonderful. I'm so glad she was able to get, I don't want to say the closure that she needed, but I definitely think that spirit just pushed her in the right direction. Next up, I believe we have Marie. Hey, Marie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, love. Is it cold up by you?
Not too bad up in Canada. No, it's warming up nicely.
Is it?
A little bit of snow left. That's about it.
Awesome. What are we reading on tonight?
I just have this wondering feeling about my retirement and how that's all going to work out.
No problem, love.
I have a few more years to go, and I'm just wondering if it's more than a few.
I totally understand that. Marie, who's the male that's departed?
Pardon me?
Who's the male that is passed on?
The man?
Yes.
Well, there's a few. I have my father that's passed about 4 years now, and then a brother.
I feel like your father
And a
is
brother.
with me.
Pardon?
I feel like your father is with me.
Okay.
Do you have two brothers that are passed or one?
I have one brother and one brother-in-law.
Okay. That would make sense then for why I was thinking it was two brothers. The three of them are together. And then who's
I
the
believe that.
female? Oh my God, they're like three jokesters. They are. Marie, they are so lively. Oh my gosh. And why do I feel like they feed off each other? Yes.
That's a good, yeah, that they probably do.
Especially like with jokes. Who was like, for some reason, I want to say Don Rickles. He was, I want to say he was American. He was a comedian, but very much like that energy. Does that make sense? Especially your dad. Especially your dad.
Oh, he would do the odd joke once, yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, I just want to let you know that they are with you. Yes. Do you have your dad's watch?
Do I have my dad's watch?
Yes. What's with the clock or the watch? He
I
shows
can't
me a
think
watch.
of anything right now.
No problem. Just remember I said it. The watch. Or was it your brother's?
Sure.
Someone always wore a watch. I only say that because they keep pointing to mine.
No, I can't think right now.
No worries. Sometimes when we're put on the spot, things don't make sense immediately. I promise you it'll be like 11 o'clock tonight and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that makes total sense. That's the frustrating part in regards to mediumship. Sometimes it won't make sense or click right off the bat, but it's okay because then later on when it does, it's a beautiful moment. It's kind of like that, oh yeah. So yes, not worried about it. They want to let you know that they are with you.
Oh, super.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I sometimes feel them. I find dimes every once in a while. Sometimes more often than not.
Yes. Look, I was going to say the coins. Oh my gosh. Definitely be on the lookout for coins because those are from them, especially your dad. He's just trying to show you signs that he's still around. In regards to your retirement, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel as though it will happen within a couple of years. At least 3. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The reason why I say that is because your second card was the 8 of Swords, and that card fell reversed. And that card is going to refer to freedom. It could be as soon as 2. So I do want to forewarn you of that. But I don't want you to, at that 2-year mark, be like waiting, looking at your watch, going, dang it, she said 2 years. It could be as long as 3. So I just want to sort of prep you with that. The third card was the 3 of Crystals. That's going to be the equivalent to the 3 of Pentacles. That is going to refer to turning over the new page or starting the next chapter, if you will. And I definitely think that this next chapter of your life is going to be absolutely glorious. Oh my gosh, everything that you have worked for is about to pay off tenfold. Do you have plans on traveling?
A little bit. I try and get away in the winter. It hasn't worked out very well lately, but
definitely after you retire, that is going to become a more normal thing.
I hope so.
Oh, hands down, yes.
I plan on it.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's going to guess. The 10 of Feathers was the 4th card. That card fell reversed. That is going to refer to times of happiness, times of success, times of achievement and accomplishment, even things or situations coming full circle. So definitely the plans that you have made for your retirement years, they are going to come full circle and come true.
Oh, that sounds great. That's super.
I'm so glad.
I'm still working on the plans. But little by little,
it's going to come together.
You have to look at the end. Yeah, that's great.
It's definitely going to come together. Your final card was the Eight of Acorns. That talks about dynamics. That can also be a timing card. So in groups of, or blocks of timing in groups of 2 days, 2 months, 2 years, that would make sense. So even in 2 years, I see you in a completely different position than you are today. Definitely the plans will be more solidified and you'll be able to take the next step closer to permanently retiring.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Well, I'm trying to get into a relationship, and I think it's only one-sided, but I don't know what you see there.
Absolutely. Let me pull some more cards for you. Okay, love. Unfortunately, we did get the Justice card, and that is going to refer to that lack of balance. So I am going to confirm what you are thinking and feeling in regards to things being a little bit more on the one-sided side of things. Unfortunately, but I do feel as though you kind of felt this in your gut and you sort of knew where things were going. I would definitely encourage you to friend zone them, and that is it. If you guys want to go out here and there, maybe for dinner or to catch a drink, whatever it may be, companionship, absolutely. But in regards to something romantic, unfortunately, I'm not seeing or feeling that. And you deserve something that's with both, that's like 50-50. And granted, a relationship isn't always split equally. Sometimes you need to contribute 80 because your partner can only give 20%. But this isn't one of those cases. This isn't an established relationship. With it being so new and it already being so lopsided, love, I wouldn't even encourage you to waste your time. I wouldn't. I would say keep him as a friend. Like I said, maybe go to dinner or lunch here and there, but that is it.
Very good.
Oh, I'm glad, love.
Very good.
I'm sorry it wasn't better news, but it's better to know now than to waste your time.
That's for sure. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
We don't have time to lose these days.
We don't. And not for nothing, no matter what our age, every day is meant to be enjoyed.
That's correct. That's very good. That's so true.
Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Please feel free to follow me on Facebook. I would love an update, especially of when you retire. Oh my gosh, that would definitely mean the world to me.
Super.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Gmos is down at the bottom of the screen as well. I would love it, Marie. I want you to take care. Be well. Enjoy the warmer weather. I hope it continues to get warmer and nicer. Goodness knows I am definitely looking forward to summer. I am. Oh my goodness. But you take care and you be well.
Thank you very, very much. And
you're so welcome,
a great day.
Love. You take care. You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, wow, wonderful. I wish Marie nothing but the best. That was a wonderful reading to do. I love answering questions, especially on retirement, because it's definitely those little glimpses of things to look forward to, especially when I called it and asked her if she was going to travel. She definitely has some great things ahead. Guys, let's do another reading from another one of my followers. First, I do need to give a shout out to Sean at Packas up at Easton. Sean, I am so sorry I did not give you a shout out sooner. I do apologize, love. Thank you so much. I am loving my new scarves. Thank you. So let's read Tina, and she is from California. She would like a general reading, which, guys, those are my favorite ones to do. Like I explained earlier, we don't program the cards to only answer on a specific area. So anything and everything can definitely come up. When I usually read for myself, I always go for general. I do. I always say or joke that I'm greedy. I want to know everything, and definitely by doing a general, you get to find out way more. All right, so for Tina, love, honey, your first card was the 4 of Acorns. That is going to be the equivalent to the 4 of Wands. That is going to refer to things becoming more stable, especially at home, because it can refer to a residence or even dwelling. The next card was the 3 of Acorns. You want to have positive expectations. What we think, and guys, I say this all the time, I know it sounds like hogwash, but it's absolutely not. We make up 90% of our reality. Whatever we think, we say, and whatever we speak, manifests, because there's power in words. Think of what prayer is or what a spell is. It's all spoken words. Words have power. So definitely use them for good use. Tina, I'm going to encourage you to have positive expectations. The wand suit is all about resilience. It's also about power, strength, boldness, passion, even endurance. So definitely, and especially if you're facing hard times, look forward to the days ahead. Your last and final card was the beautiful 7 of Crystals. This is equivalent to the 7 of Pentacles, a fantastic card even on its own. I'm definitely going to encourage you to not only focus on you, but really take the time needed to pamper yourself. More often than not, and especially when a reader says it, and I'm using the word self-care, even meditation, they're kind of like buzzwords. You hear a reader say them and it's like, oh gosh, not that. And the reason being is because people often put us on a spiritual high horse. Don't do that. I have the worst time meditating. I cannot quiet my mind long enough to do it. Definitely do things that are going to empower you. They don't necessarily have to be something spiritual. They could be something as simple as taking a hot bath or reading your favorite book. Whatever it is, just make sure you're taking that time for you. That's going to be of the utmost importance, no matter what you do. Let's go ahead and pull you an extra card. Oh, look, the 10 of Crystals, love. This is going to be a situation coming full circle. And especially with the crystal suit representing or being another word for the pentacle suit, which is the money suit. It does represent money and material things. Things are coming full circle. Things are coming to fruition. Things are even manifesting. The 10 is a card of joy. And the reason is because you feel like you have it all. So definitely treasure these times ahead. Look forward to them and embrace those moments. Make sure you're staying present, because that is all too often how we can miss even those subtle possibilities and opportunities that Spirit sends us. Guys, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm not bringing the show to a close just yet. I just want to take a moment to thank you all for your support over the last 4 months. Like I said at the beginning of the show, tonight is episode 14, and I absolutely cannot believe where things have gone. If you would have asked me 4 months ago, if I would have thought I would, number one, still be doing this today, but then also be on TikTok and still have my presence on Facebook and now be on Instagram, it blows my mind. And I'm so grateful to all of my lovelies that support, love, and encourage me. I am honestly astonished and quite taken back by such a show of love. Allie and I did a live this afternoon, kind of like a behind the scenes of Sessions with Spirit. I want to take a moment and thank all the lovelies that joined us. Guys, thank you so much. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you all. And of course, to my beautiful Allie, I love you so much. Baby, we did it. Episode 14. 4 months, guys. 4 months. I cannot believe it. And I don't mean to gush, but you have to understand, I'm just a girl from New York who happens to love tarot. That's it. That really is it. Thank you all for not just taking a chance on me, but for those who also tune in every week. I appreciate you taking time away from your lives, away from your families, and just stopping in and listening. It truly means the world to me, and I cannot express how much it means. At the bottom of the screen, guys, you will see my business page over at Facebook. Yes, pop on over there. It is called Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. I'm also on Instagram, so you can message me over there, especially if you like my style of reading and you are interested in booking a private appointment. You can find me at Tarot by Jean Rose. And of course, the same goes for TikTok. Also, you might want to take a peek at my other profile, which is Mrs._Stiggy, Stiggi. I've been going live from there as well, and it has been an absolute blast. We have very quickly grown our Stiggy family, and for what it is today, I am just blown away. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my rant. I just needed to take a moment to tell you all how much I appreciate and love each and every single one of you. I wouldn't be where I am today without you, and I know that. So thank you all for always tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow, 7 a.m., we have coffee and cards, and that will be held on Facebook. So definitely follow my page. That way you can tune in. Guys, I love you all. Thank you. We did it. Episode 14 down in for the books. Thank you again, and I love you all. Have a beautiful weekend, and don't forget to reach out if you ever need a hand. Love you all. Guys, take care, be well, and don't forget, I'm available for private readings.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from tarotwithsteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. Happy Hump Day. Happy New Year. It's 2025. Can we believe it? Such a amazing beginning already. I can feel it. And, for some of you, there's a lot of reasons why that you already know why this year's going to be incredible. And I'll kind of explain a little bit of that here in a minute. But I hope you guys all had a beautiful New Year's Eve, happy and safe, and spend time with family, friends, or sometimes it's nice to just be at home and, if you're by yourself and maybe have a glass of wine and just be comfortable, right? And ring in the new year in just some peace and quiet. And that sounds amazing, by the way. So I got to actually spend my New Year's Eve with my family and got to do some fun things. We decided, or I should say I decided, that we were going to do vision boards. So myself, my husband, my two daughters, my son-in-law, and then my cute little granddaughter, we sat on the living room floor until about midnight, putting together our vision boards and, making these beautiful vision boards that are going to be hung up somewhere, wherever it is that we feel, we'll get to see them and it'll inspire us. And it was just so interesting to see when I went and looked at my youngest daughter. She's a Sagittarius. She's a very red-headed fire sign. Looking at my oldest daughter, who is a Capricorn, very, very Capricorn energy. My son-in-law, who is a Cancer. And, he very much is kind of, just go with the flow, kind of wanted to do silly things. And, and then my husband is an Aries and he, very detailed and very much like, all right, this is what I'm doing and facing the, our fears for the year. So, the things we really want to change and let go of that dang ego. So, and then mine was just a lot of, a little organized, but a little Gemini chaos. And it was so fun. It was just really, it's fun to sit and reflect and see. So I encourage you to do vision boards. And if you, include family, I think it's even extra special. So I'll definitely share these vision boards when they're done on all my social media platforms, or you can go to mini-medium.com here in the next week and I'll have them posted there. So anyhow, super excited to start this new year. And as some of you know about this year, it's the year of the 9. So if you take the numbers in 2025, it equals the number 9. And this is the year of completion and things coming full circle, ending old cycles, ending old behaviors. So it's going to be a very transformational year, especially for us Geminis. So if you're a Gemini, especially Gemini rising, watch out, my friends, because this is our year. This is, I was just listening to a podcast before this about how the Gemini, I believe it was Neptune, had been basically in hiding, right, in retrograde, and has not been in the sign of Gemini for 14 years. And here we are. So it's going to be incredible. So lots of other signs that are experiencing or will be experiencing an incredible, huge transformational year. So I cannot wait. All right, my friends. Well, we obviously are here to, see what readings come in. But first, I want to share with you a couple things. Now, I have a new deck that was gifted to me, and I wanted to start it into this new year. And this
deck is it's so fun. It's really kind of an oracle type deck, but it's called Night School, and it's about teaching you or stimulating your mind to working on maybe some spiritual things in your life or getting you thinking about certain things. And I thought it was amazing. So thank you to my assistant, Savannah, who just had her baby yesterday, cute little boy. So my assistant's on some maternity leave, so give her some grace and patience. And I'm sure if you're, needing to hear from her when it comes to scheduling a reading, it won't be much time. She's amazing. So, all right, let's pull one of these cards first, and we'll see. They're new cards, so I apologize. They're like a little hard to pull here. So, okay, all right. Now, for some of you that know who have followed me with A1R Psychic Radio or even on any of my platforms, such as Facebook is Mini Medium, very simple, self-explanatory, but Instagram is Mini Medium 75. 75 is the year that I was born. Yes, I'm going to be 50 this year. Oh my good gosh, it's been crazy thinking about that. But anyhow, go and you can check out how I do my readings and why numbers are important. So today, the number 76 has been coming up like crazy. Now, 76 is a pretty good size number. So the way that this connects is the number 76 will be someone at the age 76, someone or something that connects with July 6th. This can be someone born in 76. So there's a very kind of broad reason of why, these numbers come up, but they always connect, always do. Now, also, sometimes numbers go down into more of a condensed form, if you will, and that would be the number 13, 7 plus 6 being 13. So 13, I'm going to bring into the readings tonight and see also if that connects. So I pulled the 13th card, and I love the number 13, by the way. It's a very lucky number for me. And so this fun night school deck, look, we're going to teach you some lessons tonight. So it says, learn the myths. So what are myths and what are the truths? It says, read a few of the earliest tales from the Babylonian and Maori cultures. Pay attention to where the people live and where the gods reside. So here's some homework. Or you can go Google it now, right? How did these stories impact the ways in which people thought about the night sky? All right, I'm doing this after. So I just pulled this card, or else I would definitely have maybe some more information. So definitely look into that. We can go Google that. And maybe what I'll do is next week on my next show, we'll go into and elaborate that a little bit. So here's a little homework for you guys. Easy peasy. You can Google it. Not like back in the day where we had to go to the library and, try to find a book and actually read. Dang it. So, all right, let's go ahead and take my first caller of this season of the year 2025, January 1st. And I have Lisa, and I believe Lisa's from Australia. Is that correct, Lisa? Hi, Lisa. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome. Thank you for calling in. What can I help you with tonight, my friend?
I would like to know if you see our financial position sort of changing at all in the near future.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. You bet, my friend. Can I ask what your zodiac sign is?
Capricorn.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. My oldest daughter is a Capricorn, and my mom, who, bless her heart, she has crossed over, and she was a Capricorn. And I love my Capricorns. I'll tell you, they're very earthy, very down to earth, but they are go-getters. So yeah. I have no doubt, my friend, that even when we're in these ruts of financial struggles, I'll tell you, one teammate I love to have is a Capricorn. So they're very, very driven. So That's why I usually don't ask my clients or when I greet someone what their sign is, but for some reason I needed to find out. You definitely are very goal oriented. I feel like this year, now I was just explaining we're in this year of the 9. So there are some old cycles needing to be broken. And I really feel that for you, my friend. Does that make sense? Old cycles, things that are not working for you or haven't been working for you.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. Tell me, I don't know, if I take you back to 2022, so we're going back, 2-3 years ago. This has nothing to do with the pandemic, but I do feel there was a very impactful, something during that year that really shifted your financial energy of either the finances, being money being lost or business not doing so well. Do you recall in 22 what happened?
Yeah, business not doing so well.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is where, when I am looking at that year, it was definitely a year of stepping back, reviewing and taking a look at, what is working, what isn't, and really focusing more. And this is going to sound really weird, but focusing on the what isn't working. I feel like you're very good at the business as a whole, but there are some pieces that have been missing. And I'm telling you, very entrepreneurial. And I don't even think you told me this. You just said finances. Do you own a business or are you an entrepreneur?
No, I don't own a business anymore.
Okay. So that one is no. Okay. How long ago did you decide to sell the business or close that up?
About October last year.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to validate that I feel that was a great decision for you. The fact that I just feel like it was a focus on what wasn't working. And it sounds to me that you did that because it was time to kind of close that chapter per se. And now we're starting a new one. Yes. So but you are an amazing business owner, my friend. So I would love to see you get back into that. You have this very beautiful energy that I feel people feel safe with you. They trust you. And so as you go into this year, I would just encourage that you integrate your energy into whatever it is you're doing. If you start another business or if you go and actually start, working for somebody. Now, I'll tell you right about August, which I know that sounds to be out a little bit. That's really where I feel you're going to see a sigh of relief. And I know that seems to be out a little bit, but I do feel it's going to take about that 7-8 month time. Can I ask also, I even feel like I see boxes all around you, and that is my sign for moving. Did you just move or are you planning to this year?
Yes, we want to move, yes.
Okay, that's happening this year, my friend. That is happening. So be prepared. And that I feel is why the 8 months is a good time to get you, financially ready, emotionally, mentally, physically ready, but more importantly, spiritually ready, which is really you focusing on, what do I want to do with my life? Why am I here? What is my soul's purpose? And I feel you're going to see how that's going to really mesh with finances. So hang in there, trust in the process, which is always the hardest thing. I want to ask you, because I almost forgot, when I get my numbers, and I don't know if you heard me as I was saying earlier, do you resonate or connect with either the number 13 or that number 76?
Yes, I have 2 sons born on the 13th.
Beautiful. All right. So this is what was that, my friend?
I said, yes, they're both born on the 13th.
Okay. Beautiful. I love it. So as I'm sitting here and I have either your guides or my guides working together. They'll give me these numbers before you even come on. I have no idea who I'm connecting with, but I do feel that you have got a male energy, a male soul that has been here with me, giving me some guidance and information, if you will, to help you. So you have a very strong male soul that I feel has given me that number 13, who is very connected to your two boys, by the way. Have you had a father that has crossed over, or the father, energy, or someone like a dad?
No.
Now, are you married?
Yes, I'm married, yes.
Okay, so this can be even on your husband's side, father-in-law. Now, grandfather, I know, of course, the older we get, unfortunately, it's a given that we're going to have grandfathers on the other side. So keep that in mind as well.
I think it might be my husband's uncle, which we named my son after him.
Ah, okay. You just gave me chills everywhere, my friend. You just gave me goosebumps everywhere, Lisa. So, because they're the ones, or he's the one mentioning the 13, so it would very well connect with your son. And the fact that you named him after the uncle makes even more sense. So, I just feel like I'm not getting a lot from him other than just pleased to let you know, and of course your husband, that as you go through these trials and tribulations and stresses, that he's a beautiful spirit guide and right by all of your sides. So I hope you can feel that energy and trust that this year finances are going to get much better around August. I hope that helped you. I know that was a lot. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
All right, hon. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we have some more time. I love it. And I'm super excited. This is somewhere I am going to be heading to this year. It's on my list of places to tour. I'm planning on going to Nashville, but I have Terry from Tennessee. Hi, Terry. This is Mini Medium. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. How can I help you tonight, hon?
Really, I have a daughter that recently got married. She was widowed previously and has no children of her own. And I'm wondering if she's going to have children.
Okay. And this is your daughter, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to pull a couple cards for you. Now, just to be very clear, and I've done readings, gosh, it'll be 29 years this year. Oh my gosh. I feel like I age myself every time. But I have learned that one thing I will never do, my friend, ever to any of my clients is give false hope or false disappointment. Babies are big. Yeah. Children having, pregnancies and babies is such a sensitive subject. I personally connect with, I've had several miscarriages. So I'll tell you, when I do predictions for babies, which is the strangest thing because it has been my forte lately. So I have been predicting pregnancies and genders like no other. I don't even know why, but I love it because it's a happy moment for most. For most. So with that said, a couple things that I am saying. Can I ask, now your name is Terry, and you spell it different. I'm not going to spell it out there, but you spell it different. Now, let me ask, just before I get into the visions, do you connect with the number 13 or the number 76?
13.
And can I ask how you connect with that number?
My dad's birthday is on the 13th.
Oh my goodness. Your dad's okay?
My dad passed in 2013.
Your dad passed in 2013. Okay. Your dad is with me. Your dad is with me, hon. And boy, I've got chills everywhere. When I sit and meditate and I ask for any souls that walk within God's white light to come in, I ask them to give me specific validations and to give whatever messages are needed to give comfort or closure, healing. And I knew that today was going to be extra special because the veil between us and the spiritual realm is so thin. And just when I was opening myself up, these numbers came in. And my previous caller, I had let her know that I had a very strong father figure. We did connect with someone that is connected to her that is like a father that connected with the 13. And now we have your dad. So this is what I love about what I do. This is why I love that the universe puts you in my path or whoever's path for a reason. Your dad being here is such a beautiful, I feel, connection with your question, because our loved ones in spirit, they can make so many things happen. And they'll even give me visions of this little soul waiting to come in. Now, this is beautiful. As I'm looking at your cards, oh, this is so amazing. Okay, so not that I want to get into anything, and you're welcome to be honest and open up if you like, but I feel with your daughter, this is a simple, and I know that sounds like I'm, making it sound like it's not such a big deal, but it's a hormonal thing. Can I ask, has she had hormones checked?
Has she what?
Yeah.
Oh, has she had hormone shots? No.
Okay. Hormone shots. Okay. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. Your dad is showing me a sense of, it's so funny. I just literally heard your dad say, tell my daughter to breathe. Tell her to breathe. So he must know that you stress a lot, hon. and worry. Which from one mother to another, I get that. We do worry about our babies. Do you feel that you're a worry wart?
100%.
Well, I love it. The first start is admitting it, right? That's where we have to start. I love it. Well, I'm going to tell you, your dad being here and just feeling his presence and him giving me these numbers, and now we're, wanting to connect with, are there any souls on the other side waiting to come in? And as I'm even just looking at a couple of things, I want you to remember the number 15. Do you connect with that in any way? 15?
15, no.
Okay, perfect. I was hoping you would say no. As your dad has given me that number as a future prediction. And so as I'm going out, I want you to be mindful. This can be, announcement in 15 weeks of her pregnancy, announcement in 15 months. I don't feel 15 days. I wish, but and I don't think it's 15 years either. So there you go.
Okay.
We're not going out that far. I just heard 34. Can I ask how old your daughter is?
34.
Your dad's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So this is your dad. And there is, without any hesitation, now when I predict pregnancies, I have to feel 110% that I'm seeing it. and I do feel I see her having a child. So it's
awesome.
Yes, I love it. And your dad, it's really cute. He's patiently waiting to gift this beautiful soul into this world. So it's beautiful.
My dad was the most patient man ever. And he was, yes, he was a very incredible man.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, hon. I lost my dad as well. My mom passed in 2013, ironically. And my mom was 2013 and my dad was 2016. So I never thought that I would lose my parents I was in my early 40s, and I'll tell you, it's hard, but I have come to be at peace, and I know I feel them, even though I'm a medium and I can hear other people's loved ones. I unfortunately can't connect with mine like I do for you, but I'll tell you, your dad, you're right, is so very beautifully patient and but very anxious. I'm very excited to gift this little soul into this world. So please keep that 15. At number 15. I mean, the baby could be born on the 15th too. It's the weirdest stuff that happens. So, I'm so excited for you. You need to tell your dad just said, tell my granddaughter it'll be before 40. She's like worried about not having a baby before 40. So, and even if she does, women are having babies in their 40s now with no problem. So, but I have to wrap up, my friend. Gosh, it just goes by so fast. But I hope this gave you some answers and some peace and excitement for the future.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. And Happy New Year.
Thank you. And you're so welcome, hon. Thank you for calling in. Happy New Year to you, and sending you lots of love and light, okay?
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, you guys, Happy New Year again. I am so excited. See, I told you it's been an amazing night, amazing year. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. So glad that you could be here. As always, delighted and excited. Never know what's going to turn up in any given evening. But I'll tell you, it's been a very interesting week. I know it's only Thursday, which we're past hump day. Whoever came up with that idea, by the way, I understand middle, but still, some animals known as camels have two humps. So then how is Wednesday hump day? But okay, for another time. I'm just being silly. All kidding aside, this week has been somewhat arduous, having to show up in ways that really push limits. And I know oftentimes we have to do this during the holidays and people go to a place of total stress. Someone asked me recently, what is it that I do? And I was saying, well, I do psychic readings and I have experience in hypnosis and, all of these other things. And I was thinking about someone who told me about pitching, not as in pitching a ball, but pitching in the sense of pitching who you are, expressing who you are. And I got thinking, okay, so let me express it another way. And the person kept saying, but what do you do? I said, well, I'm lost. What is it that you mean? What do I do? And they said, well, how do you make people feel? I thought, oh, that's interesting. And if I had to ask it and answer it myself, that would not work. However, over the years, there's been a lot, over 4 decades, people have said to me, I feel so peaceful when I talk with you, or I feel so much better, or I feel really good when we have a session. I thought, okay, so what do I do? I guess I make peaceful expressions, overtones, gestures, but I don't think that's it in its entirety. I really believe it has more to do with the divine. When you connect with the divine without and within, you express yourself in certain ways that you may not even be aware of. And the reason I bring this up is because, again, during the holidays, there's a lot of strife. People are running around. People are looking at politics and they're looking at expenses and they're looking at wanting to make their loved ones happy and yet not quite knowing how to do that. It's important to find that person in your world who can help you connect with peace, who helps you connect with the divine and feel confident and safe and just good. In other words, if you ask me what I do, I share insight that makes you feel good. All right, that said, I believe we have Chrissy on the line. Did I see Wisconsin or was I daydreaming?
No, it's not Wisconsin. It's Missouri.
Missouri. How did I get Wisconsin out of that? I must be up in the ethers floating around a little bit. It's so sorry.
That's all right.
How are you this evening? How are you this evening, Chrissy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Was there a particular question that you had, or did you want me just to share? Where would you like me to go this evening?
Yeah, just nothing in particular. Yeah, just share.
Okay. You're saying nothing in particular, but for some reason I feel like there's something connected to work, business, finances, just in general, what that's going to feel like or look like as of 2025. And what pops up for me right away is not this year, but last year, so 2023, I get that there was I'll call it a shift in circumstance, a shift in how you interacted with your world. And it feels like this year was perhaps a little more trying than you anticipated. 25, there was another shift, but it's not right off the bat. It actually feels like it's roughly middle of the year. I'm going to say end of May, June, July. So between end of May and end of July, I get this nice little shift coming up where you're able to just go, okay, this is more like it. Like tapping back into your power and being able to actually reap the types of rewards you want from the world at large when it comes to financially, when it comes to things having to do with work. Like keep in mind, when I use the word work, it doesn't even mean that you have to be working for someone. Oftentimes we put an idea out there and we work on it. And to see it come to fruition, that is our work. And I bring this up because it feels to me as if there is this passion that you have to accomplish something that is bigger than, let's say, working to make money. And I feel like 2025, again, middle of the year, that's going to come to the surface where you'll find that there's more comfort in being able to seek that out. You'll find that others are supporting you in that. That makes sense to you?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. Real quick, totally different thing, but I'm hearing allergies. So I simply want to say, be aware of hydration. And most people say, oh, but I drink a lot of water. Just because you drink a lot of water doesn't always mean that your cells are getting the level of hydration they need. So be mindful of the type of water that you are drinking. If you're drinking bottled, do a little research, find out what's the best bottle. If you're using a filter on your sink, find out what is the best. Because I just feel like the quality, if you will, of the water that you're drinking could be knocked up a notch, which could be very beneficial. And I keep seeing a little dog. I'm just kind of rolling with whatever pops in, but I keep seeing a little dog. And I'm trying to identify if this is in spirit or if this is in the house. The dog reminds me. I'm sorry, go ahead. No,
I was going to say I've been looking into getting a small dog.
Okay. The dog then that I feel like you'll find, because then what shows up in my head, funny enough, is if you've seen The Wizard of Oz, you've probably seen Toto, Dorothy's little dog. That's what keeps showing up in my head. So I'm not getting like a Great Dane. I'm getting a little, I'll say, compact dog. It's not itty bitty that it fits in your hand, but I do feel it's on the smaller side that I feel like you will fall in love with, because I just keep seeing again, little dog around you. Okay. The other thing too is being a little bit, I'll say, easier on you. Between now and January, I feel like you've put a lot of pressure on yourself to get a lot done in a very short period of time. Kind of recognize what you are accomplishing because others are. You know, the saying about how others see us differently than we see ourselves?
100%.
Okay. Perhaps you're going to laugh, but perhaps come up with an idea of what your best friend would say to you when you are not being kind to you. That might make it easier for you to see yourself through others' eyes.
Okay.
So I feel like you should be applauded, especially I heard very loud in my head 2019. I'm not clear on what took place in 2019, but it feels like you should have been applauded for what you did for the year, how you showed up. And it's almost a sense of like, oh, I just did that because that's what I do, versus recognizing your talents. And that takes me back to what I was saying about 2025, where this opportunity to really shine shows up. And it's more a matter of you embracing it than it showing up, because it feels like it's a guarantee of it showing up. It's more about, are you able to accept what is showing up for you so that you can really enjoy it? And if this sounds like talk that's just kind of going around, you'll forgive me. There are moments where I get, if you will, pieces of information that I deliver that make much more sense in the moment when it happens than beforehand. So this is more predictive than it is in this moment. That makes sense, I hope?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the name Gary. Go ahead, hon. The name Gary, Gary?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Keep it in the back of your head. I get good influence, and it could be even Gerhard or Gerhardt, like a German name. So Gary, Gerhardt, something like that, I feel like will show up in your world. I should say that name will show up in your world. It will be a person, though. Okay, you had a bit of a question or something that you were about to say?
Yes, I was wanting to know if anybody that has passed on has come through.
Okay. I'm not specifically a medium. I get senses of things periodically with people, but in this moment, the only thing that is coming up for me is a male influence around you from the other side. But I'm not getting a clear sense other than male, and I feel like they left this world too early.
Okay.
Okay. But I thank you so much for calling, and I wish you a very happy new year.
Thank you. You too.
My pleasure. Bye-bye. All right. I think we have a young lady from Hawaii, if I saw that correctly. Okay. Yes, Ruby. Yes. Hello. Yes. How are you? Nice to connect with you this evening.
Thank you too.
All right. So you feel to me like you have a little bit of nervousness or trepidation about talking. I promise I don't bite. Only if you bite me first. Is there a specific area of focus you'd like me to look at for you?
Yeah. I just found out that my husband has another woman.
You want to know if your husband has, well, that explains the trepidation and nervousness. Okay. Oh boy, that's a loaded question. The overall feeling here is there is somebody else in the picture, but I get a very mixed feeling about if there's any sort of seriousness attached to it. I almost get this of it being, it's going to sound bad, but as if he's bored, not bored of you, but bored in his life, as if he thought his life was going to be at a different place in this moment, as if he was going to be more content within himself. I'm just it almost, best way to express this is it almost feels as if like a midlife crisis, the best way I can say this. Like there's that unrest, that discontent, and it's not about you. It's about where he is in his world, where he kind of believed he would be at this point in his life, and not feeling as if he fully embraced that. All that said, the overall impression here is you really need to sit down and have a conversation and do your best not. Pardon?
Am I going to lose him? Because he said they're done already, and I've spoken to the other woman every single day. That, she's not going to continue, but I don't know. My husband is...
Okay, so keep this in mind again. Go ahead.
He's back, but I just want to know if, do I have to do something to win him back?
Okay, so what I said a moment back about his own discontent, my heart tells me the relationship between the two of you is not done. But I do feel that you have to have a genuine conversation with him that's not accusatory. Meaning, like if you say to him, I know exactly what you've been doing, and I spoke to her, and that he's not going to listen. It will fall on deaf ears. The overall feel here really is for you to say to him, I want to talk to you about all the good that we have shared. I want to talk to you about what I'd like to see for our future. See if you can approach him from a different angle that's about continuing forward, and recognize the things within him that keep you wanting to stay there. Because let's be honest, knowing what you do, you could say, you know what, I don't need this, go away. I don't feel like that's what's in your heart. I feel like there's that feeling of wanting to see you moving forward. But again, if you have a conversation that starts out with accusations, even if they are true, he's going to close down. If you start your conversation out with recognizing the good, he will be more open to hearing you. As to this other gal, he's not in love with her. I'm telling you, it has more to do with being restless, more to do with the discontent or boredom within himself. That you can't fix, but you can direct. And when I say that, as far as directing, what I mean is you can give him a different area of focus. Think about, for instance, what is the best time that you've ever had together? And actually write it down, refresh your own memory. And when you sit down to talk with him, say, you know what I was thinking about today? And tell him about that time. Invite him in to remembering those good feelings. Invite him in to reconnecting with you, not to immediately having a reconnection where it's perfect, but opening that door for him to start taking a look at what he has, what he's able to cherish if he is aware of it. And I know that sounds like an oxymoron, that he's not aware of it and all of a sudden he has to be reminded, but the truth is he's not focusing his attention there in this moment. And you want to bring it back around. So I'm going to just reiterate, say it's important to focus on how you can show him that there's still a link between you.
Okay.
Did you have a question there about that?
But we're not going to divorce, yeah?
I'm sorry, you're not what?
I don't want. We're not going to end up of divorce.
You're asking if you're going to end up in divorce. Okay, so the way this shows up for me, the way this feels is if you can start to do what we're talking about this evening, which is approaching the matter a little differently, you will find that he is more inclined to want to be there. Because it really comes back to his own discontent, moreover, than it has to do with you. But I would say do silly little things like, what's his favorite food that you would make? Make it so that it's smelled through the house, the aroma just moves through the house. What sort of fragrance does he like? Bring that out. Try to, again, connect with him on a different level versus just what's going on and how do we fix this and I don't want this to change or I don't want to divorce her. Step back from it, looking at it that way, and look at it from the regard of, okay, where were we connected? How did it feel before he became restless? Look at it that way. As to this other person, again, I'm going to tell you, I don't get him in love with her. I get this just as a distraction, for lack of a better way to put this. Sometimes we don't want to look within, and so we look for something outside.
Yeah, because the lady is receiving allowance from my husband every 2 weeks. And her friend told me that it's because her husband is not giving him, the husband is not giving her money at all from the husband. That's why when my husband started to offering allowance, then she got spoken to my husband.
So if I understood that correctly, your husband has offered her an allowance to help her because her husband is giving her. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So with that, you could actually approach him and say, I know you're doing a very kind thing by helping her with an allowance. Can we take a look at how that has an impact on our home, on us? And I know there's been mention of, but it's done. It's only done from the sense of he doesn't want to engage about it. So on one hand, I'm telling you, look at How do you reconnect with those good things? How do you bring forth those good memories? A sense interactions that are reminiscent of something that you did experience with him. And then on the other hand, I'm saying ask about the home and the finances, but I'm saying that in the sense of he's very practical when it comes to money. And you might address it from the regard of, are you confident that helping her the way that you are is not going to take money? And phrase it this way, actually. Are you confident that the way you're helping her isn't going to take money away from you and your well-being?
Yeah.
Do you follow? Tweak it a little bit. So that, again, it's not accusatory, because I keep getting, he's a very proud individual. And if he's accused, and again, doesn't matter if there's relevance there or not, just the accusation will have him shut down. You want to try to keep the communication as open as you possibly can. And the best way that I can suggest that truly is creating that goodness within your space. There's so many things, little things that you can do that he could walk into the room and be reminded of something sweet. Perhaps you open up a photo album to some old photos of times that you were having so much fun, and you just have it on the table next to a cup of coffee. You know, things like that, where it's not, hey, I'm putting this in your face and you need to go back here, but it's more like, I remember those times. Do you remember when? Create conversations that actually pull the two of you together. And again, food, scent, think in terms of sensory perception. So you're looking at anything that would be reminiscent for him of something good between the two of you. Perhaps the two of you got a cat together. So bring up the cat. You see what I mean? Bring in anything that has to do with, again, the togetherness of the two of you, your interactions, and the good that's connected to it, without doing it, let's say, every single day of every minute. You want to do this in a way that it's subtle, but it's effective. And you can ask him, you start to see things soften a little bit. You could ask him, what is it that I might be able to do to make you feel happier? Or to make you feel more content? Use the word that works best for you, but it's kind of opening the door to, I want to work with you as a partner without actually saying those words. You follow?
Yes.
Okay. So bottom line, when you ask, is this happening? And if I were to say absolutely yes or absolutely no, my feeling right now is no. But that doesn't mean that there's not some upheaval between now and then. I do feel strongly that if you're able to pivot a little bit how you interact with him, that you can start again opening doors, as I mentioned. And the other thing too is you have to be in a place where you are not only loving, but lovable. And what I mean by that is you have to love you a little bit, because what I'm sensing here right now is feeling as if you are unloved, but at a level where you are not recognizing your own good. You know, when's the last time you looked in the mirror, honey, and you said, you know, you're pretty, or your eyes look great today? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get you upset. The one thing that I know with absolute certainty is when we exude love for ourselves, not just for the people in our lives, we create more love in our life. When we don't see ourselves in a loving way, when we're tough on ourselves, and not just tough because we're expecting ourselves to do something, but tough as in we are not liking ourselves, then what we do is we interrupt that lovely little flow of love that is supposed to be coming consistently. So with the things that I suggested about your husband, also think about for you. When did you see yourself in a better light? think about things that you have accomplished, or that when somebody said, oh my gosh, you look really great today, or wow, you're so pretty when. Think about those things for yourself. They will lift your vibration. When you lift your vibration, you bring things into alignment better. You can do this.
Can I?
Pardon?
I would love to. Is my dad here? He passed away 8 years ago, December 4. Is there any chance that I can, if he wants to tell me something?
As far as your dad?
Yeah.
The biggest thing that comes through, and it's an odd sentence, but it feels like what I'm feeling is you know better, meaning you're more empowered than you think you are. But the words that I keep hearing are, you know better. So to me, this would mean that he sees you as somebody who's very capable of doing the things that we're talking about. Do something for yourself this evening. If you have a white candle in the house, light the white candle. And when you light it, do a little prayer, whatever prayer is comfortable in your faith. And then ask for your dad to help guide you through this, tough time. And he will.
Okay.
Again, please know you will be okay no matter what. I know it's difficult, but things will shift, and you do have control in this moment. Thank you for calling. I truly wish you the best, hon. Try lighting.
Can I one more time? Can the other woman not gonna insist he herself to my husband? Because she said,
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Something about the other woman, and I just have a moment here. Does she see herself with your husband? Was that the question?
Yeah.
I don't get her in love with him any more than he's not in love with her. So,
okay.
No.
Thank you.
Please work on the things that we talked about.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Have a happy holiday.
You too. A general rule of thumb for all of us truly is we have to be good to us. I don't know why that's so difficult. We always look outside.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a wonderful day and you got the opportunity to share it with your loved ones. If you didn't, just hold them in their heart, as I'm sure they're holding you in their heart as well as we move into the new year and better days, hopefully, for all of us. I will get... got a very strong spirit here, so I don't know if it's here for my caller, so we'll get moving. As always, I will do the 3-card pull for the collective. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? Remember, it is a collective reading, okay? So just take a second to just choose 1, 2, or 3. Go with the number that you gravitate to the most. If you've chosen 1, the card for you, I'm using these angel cards. The card for you is the High Priestess here, all right? And the message on here is listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. I really feel like with this card as well, that everything that is happening externally, right, you have to be careful how much of it you absorb internally. Allow your intuition to guide you rather than outside forces, whether that's people, the energy around people, things like that, all right? There's also movement, there's also movement around you. So whether that means that you're going to travel or whether you're thinking of taking just a little bit of time out for yourself while you wait for things to unfold, could be a business trip, but there is movement around you as well, okay? If you've picked the second card, it is the Sun. Beautiful card. It's a victory card. And it says here, happy outcomes, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself, okay? Now, if you have been feeling, I feel like if you've been feeling like you've been playing chess, everything is like a move this way, or, you've had to be strategic about things, in your life and your ideas, what to do here, what to do there, just this is a time to just keep moving forward with what you're doing, developing and growing those ideas to give you that success and the desired outcome, all right? Because I'm seeing like a bit of zigzagging this way, that way, all right? So just going, allowing it to happen and just like thinking what's the best way forward. Okay, if you have picked the third card, this card is the 9 of water in this angel deck, and it's got here, your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love life. What I'm seeing here also with this card is that some of these concerns could be your interpretation. Some of them could actually be things to actually worry about, but some may not be. You might be just looking at them like that. So whether you feel, I feel like there's even like, I don't know, whether somebody's stealing your ideas or could be work-related or somebody copies you or wants to be like you, feeds off you, that kind of stuff. But anybody that is giving you anything like that in any negative way just can't, with the 9 of water, you're nearly there. You're nearly, like success is nearly there. 10 is the outcome. So you're nearly there. Nobody can stop you from doing and getting what you want. Okay, so good luck to everyone with all of that. Now I've got Kristen on the line. Kristen, how are you?
I'm pretty depressed, but I'm happy to be on the phone.
Oh, Well, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, first of all, right? And, honey, why are you depressed? Tell me. Let me see how I can help you.
Well, you know, it's no contact situationship issue, but also I lost my job. My living situation is horrible. It's just my whole life is in shambles. I know it's supposed to be like a spiritual awakening coming. I'm waiting, and God's not giving a pass to me. So.
Okay, all right. What I will tell you about God, and I've learned this the hard way myself, Kristen, when you are praying for something and you are not getting what you want, it's because what we want is not good enough for us. And they're going to give us something.
I just want guidance. At this point, I just want guidance. I just want someone to tell me what to do.
I'm going to give you guidance. I'm going to give you guidance today. Okay. Now, I've got a male spirit here. This could be your dad. All right. I'll just see, because he's come in really, really strong. Before the show, I was coughing. I couldn't breathe. I had pains in my chest. I felt like, I was drowning. My mum had fluid in the lungs, and she was like that. So I don't know. Does this sound like, did your dad have cancer, or do you know anyone that had a male who had these symptoms?
Well, my dog passed in April, and she died of a tumor in the lung, so maybe that was it. But
okay.
Not now.
Right. What about your dad?
My dad's okay. I mean, he's allergic to my new dog, so maybe that's why his breathing's not
good. Did pass? Okay, who passed away? Not your dad. Oh, you said your dog passed away.
Yeah, my dog, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was getting all these symptoms really strong. But you do also have a male in spirit who's come in to wish you a lot of luck. All right. Now, I don't know what your background is, but I'm seeing a lot of symbolism, like Irish symbolism. I'm getting like the four-leaf clover, but it's in...
half Irish.
Sorry?
I am half Irish. I said I am half Irish.
Okay, all right. Because I am getting that. I was seeing like Irish dancing and whatever, and I just kept getting that the spirit is like wishing you luck. All right, and they're with you, all right, and they're telling you that now is the time to act and move forward with everything, all right. Now, you've got I'm getting a lot of sense of stuff around, like things that you want, money, moving forward, but I do feel too you've got to focus on your goals, and you've got to bring success, and then just kind of like go one step at a time, all right? Because as you're looking at it at the moment, it's too overwhelming for you, all right? So I'm getting, you've got to like make a plan and write everything down, like in the different areas of your life, and just chip away at it. Do you have a male who is like, he's quite like logical, and I feel like he's quite practical and stable and may know about money as well. I don't know if that's your dad or somebody that you were with. Does that make sense for you?
No, I can't think of it.
Okay, all right. Well, just hang on to that, and maybe that's somebody that's going to come along and assist you out of this. But because I certainly feel like at the moment you're lacking the confidence, you're lacking growth, everything is like kind of unbearable for you, but you need to work. I feel like you've gone through the worst, and now it's time to start moving into calmer sort of waters for yourself, all right, where things can become a lot clearer. And I'm hearing life might be hard right now, but I see you're nearly going to turn the corner. It's like you're nearly there. And spirit are like, don't stop dreaming about what you want to do, because it's still all there for you. But I just feel like you have to be clearer on your communication about what you want. Are you looking to change jobs, or are you looking to start employment or something? I'm just seeing like a new job around you.
Well, yeah, I lost my job like a month ago. So.
Okay. All right. Well, you will be looking for another one and finding something else, right? Everything is coming. I know you feel like you're hitting rock bottom now, but Spirit just keeps saying, like, spread your wings and fly. You know, they're like, good things are coming to you, okay? So I don't feel like you need to worry about that so much. Okay, do you know, Kristen, whether anyone would attack you spiritually?
No, I don't know.
Okay, all right. What I want you to do, okay, is I want you to have a look and see if there's any kind of pattern in your life where something is constantly happening, all right? And it's like the same thing. If your finances are constantly getting attacked, if certain areas in your life are constantly getting attacked, okay? And I want you to have a look at that. And do you sit in prayer at all?
Do I pray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm getting Psalms 91, Psalms 23, and there was one I wrote here before. See, things happen for a reason. Where did I write it? Now I can't. Where did it go? 35. Okay. When I write things down, I never know when they're going to come. All right. So 91, 23, 35. And watch the show back if you forget. And sit in prayer with those every day. Okay. And ask for the changes to come in your life. If somebody is attacking you, that will assist you. Okay. I can't shake that feeling. All right. So when you get off, have a look and see how you go, how you feel about it. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
See if you can make the change that way.
Thank you.
All right. You're very welcome. Happy New Year.
You too.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Happy New Year to everyone. And I wish you all a safe New Year. Many blessings to all of you. And, of course, we're still in the silly season. So, be careful when you're out there and look after yourself, look after your family, your loved ones. And I'm just being told to tell you by Spirit to hold your loved ones close and to pray over your 2025 or to do affirmations over your 2025 year, whatever resonates with you. Blessings and love and light to all of you and good luck moving forward. See you in the new year. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Love Life on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. How are we? I hope everyone had a really great Christmas and New Year's and recovering and all whatnot like we were last week still. I've been well. So I will be doing a collective message for everyone shortly with my Lightseers Tarot deck, and I'll also be accepting a caller. So let's get straight into it. This is in Tassie, the 3rd of the 1st, 2025. Beautiful day. Summer's here. It's gorgeous. It's just been lovely. All right, so here we go. For everyone watching and listening, this is the collective message. My first collective message for the year. Many more to come. All right, let's focus. All right, Queen of Swords, beautiful. Queen of Swords is, you know, she really thinks with a clear head. She thinks logically. She knows where she's going. She is gazing off into the horizon. It's clear her thoughts are really focusing on her priorities. So this could be a time now where you're really thinking about plans for the future. It's also about communication, so positive green lights when it comes to communicating with other people. Also, you know, you may be giving some advice to somebody who might be coming to you that, you know, that you've been through some stuff, you've experienced this, and you're giving some advice and some words of encouragement and support often to try and encourage others to think positive. That's what she's all about. She's a nice one. I really like the Queen of Swords. She's also been through a lot herself. She's been through a lot of life lessons, a lot of pain, a lot of change, and that's really helped her grow and learn to prioritise. And she's done a lot of healing on herself as well. She's able to, you know, she's cut through those marshes of confusion, so to speak, and been able to bring everything together. And with her here, you know, moving forward and coming into the new year, this is great, especially to do with communication, business-related stuff, or also logical things, you know, anything to do with knowledge and learning. And she's always open to learning. You know, life is a long journey of learning, and we never stop learning, and that's what she's all about too. And she's here to say, you know, it's never too late to start something new. If you're thinking about learning or taking up a new passion or going back to study on something, do it. Life's too short, you know. And that's amazing that the energy that we get from learning and these lapping up these new experiences is very much about what the swords element is, and growth as well. All right, so we have got Makila on the phone. Is that how I pronounce your name, Makila?
That's my name, yes, ma'am.
Makilia, hello,
okay.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay? That's good to hear. Happy New Year.
Well, I just wanted to speak. Can I do a reading on my brother? He just had passed. He passed in August of 2024.
I'm just struggling to hear you a little bit there, Makira. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to get my my speakers in, because you're a little bit fuzzy. And right, can I read your brother who passed in August? Okay, well, let's see. I mean, I can't guarantee. I'll try very much to make a connection, and we'll see if he comes through for you. So he passed in August. I'm really sorry to hear that. You know, that would have been difficult, I can imagine. Now, can you still hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, well, I can hear you a lot better now because I've just put my earplugs in. Okay, all right, so I'm going to read, when I do mediumship readings, I get drawn more so to my sacred circle, which is what I'm going to go with, okay? And let's see if I can make Now, if for whatever reason I don't make a connection, what the cards will do is pick up on your general energy. Okay, so we'll see what comes out. All right, I'm going to focus.
Okay.
All right, Michaelia. Let's see. I'm picking up on a cat. Did he have a cat?
Yes.
He did?
With silver.
I can see a cat. Okay, I can't really go too deep with that one, but there's a cat there. So whether or not he's with his cat on the other side, possibly, if he had a cat close to him. All right, so what I've got here is the Seven of Cups, and I've got the Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Now, did he pass quite suddenly?
Yeah, I got killed with murder.
Right, because that's what I'm picking up on here very much is with the Eight of Cups, with that reluctance to let go, and it was quite sudden. There was something there that happened, obviously, that was quite painful and came in quite suddenly. There's a need there for you, Michaelia, to really just trust that it was his time. Okay, he's wanting you to know that even though it wasn't expected, and even though he wasn't prepared, and it was difficult. It was his time, and his soul sort of already knew that it was his time, and he is very much still with you. With the Page of Swords here, to describe his characters, he was somebody who really liked to get to the bottom of things, and he said things straight up, often quite clearly. He might have been an air sign.
Yeah.
Now, an air sign... Yeah, an air sign means Aquarius, Libra or Gemini. Now, that's not always the case, but they're the astrology and elements with this person. But his messages to you, let's unpack some little more messages here. There's the Five of Wands here, and there's the need to do some grounding work, Michaelia, whilst there's the acknowledgement there that this has been extremely difficult, extremely emotional, and that you're not wanting to let go of there's anger there. I can pick that up. But at the same time, he's asking you to do some healing around that, and not what am I saying here? Not to say that what happened was fair, but to say that, you know what, it's okay. He's still very much with you. He wants you to know there's the cat. I keep saying the cat. All right, what's this cat about? Sorry. There's a playful energy here that I'm getting as well. But look, with the grounding work, with the Five of Wands work, it's meaning he's asking you to sort of pull back and retreat and do some grounding work on you, to do some healing, to forgive, okay? Not to forget, but to forgive, so you can find some peace within yourself, because he very much wants you to have peace with this whole thing. Look, the Knight of Cups is here, and there's an opportunity there. There's an invitation beckoning you, okay, to go within, do some healing, talk to him. He can hear you very much. The Knight of Cups is a real smooth charmer as well. Was he a real charismatic kind of guy? Good with words, charismatic. Okay, they're all the elements of the Knight of Cups there as well. And you know, with the Five of Cups there is picking up very much the grief that's acknowledging the grief that you're going through at the moment, and he's very much aware of how you're feeling and all that sort of stuff, and he wants you to know he's there. He wants you to know, he wants you to heal, okay? Still talk to him. He's very much there with you, even though it's not the same. We know it's not the same, but they're still very much there. And the other thing he's asking me to tell you as well is there is a need. There's another six. There's the Six of Swords. There is a need for you to heal. He's saying he wants you to overcome anything that's holding you back, that any resentment or upset or anger, to let it go. He's saying move on, keep going. You know, life's too short. Keep pursuing the things that you want to pursue, and do it for him. You know, that's what he would be wanting you to do. Some messages want to come through from the Oracle as well. Let's see. Message from Acalia. But he's okay. He's still very much with you, all right? You've only got to talk to him and he can hear you. I know it sounds surreal, but it's true. And he's going to send you signs as well. There's a sign here. All right, there's something to do with love, romance and improvement. Now, this is to do... Are you currently in a relationship, Michaelia?
Yes, kind of, sort of. We just got to talking.
All right. Well, there's a sign here to say things are going to start to look up in your love life. All right. And with the Knight of Cups there, you could be receiving some kind of offer. to really improve things there as well. There's the male energy there. Look, he's definitely here with you. He's saying too that he's acknowledging there's communication stuff going on there, and there's some confusion going on, and to bring yourself back to trust your inner voice on something. Okay, there's some uncertainty, there's some confusion. Keep coming back to that inner voice, and trust that things have a way of working out how they're meant to, and to try not to overthink stuff. Okay. What else is he saying? Let's see here. Again, I keep getting the cat. It's funny, when I communicate with energy that's crossed over, I see little funny images, but I also feel the feelings associated with it. Okay. And there's some joy there to do with a cat again. So do you have a cat?
Yes, we had a cat. His name was Silver, but I can't find him.
Right. Okay. The cat could have crossed over. The cat could be with him. But it's a joyful thing. Let's see. There we go. What's that? Okay. There's something to do with finances here too. Okay. There's a success recognition and moving forward with something. So there's a financial predicament that you might have been in, or something to do with money, okay, or something that you're considering pursuing, all right, and it's caused you a little bit of uncertainty, but there will be success there. There's something there coming through to do with money and success, and there's a need there to be strong as well. Again, I get the feeling that you might be being provoked in situations. I mean, I know that when these things happen, and the grief's high, it's really painful when emotions are raw and people test each other and all that sort of stuff. It's about, death can sometimes bring out the worst in family, in friends, all that sort of stuff, because everything's so raw. And that's what he's saying. He's acknowledging that there's this conflict and confusion that's been going on. But again, to try and do some grounding work and ground yourself and pull yourself back and know that he's still very much there with you, and things will be okay. There is success and recognition there, but there's some triggers going on around you as well. So stay strong, stand your ground, be mindful of people that might be triggering you, because knowing that they're going through their own stuff as well. But just trust again as well. It was his time. His soul knew that was his time, even though we don't know it while we're here on earth. We already know deep down intuitively on a soul level. And time's linear on the other side. To him, it's going to just be the click of a second until he's going to see you again, and it's all going to make sense, and everything will add up. Again, there's communication, important news and messages. I've only got 60 seconds left, Michaelia. But these are his messages. The strongest messages I'm getting very much is to try and just pull back from whatever conflict and raw emotion that's going on. Do some grounding work. Talk to him. Okay, he's there. He can hear you. Listen to the radio. Okay, there's going to be a song that comes on. I just got that there. That's going to remind you of him, and it will be him. Okay, and the cat. Something to do with the cat. The cat's with him, or he's with a cat on the other side. Okay, and he's okay. All right. Okay. I do need to go. Look, thank you so much for the opportunity to give you a reading, Michaelia. It was an honour, and I wish you a happy new year. And as difficult, and I'm so sorry to hear what happened. At the same time, embrace it in the fact that life's so short, and know he's still very much there with you. Okay? All right, blessed be. So thank you everyone for listening and watching. I will be back same time next week. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please do so through my Facebook page, because my website's still going through some updates with my booking calendar. And I apologise, it's a tedious process. Okay, thanks so much. Stay well, and I'll see you next week.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Welcome Your Woo with psychic Sarah Jane. Live from SarahJanePatton.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Welcome Your Woo on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Well, hello and happy New Year, everyone. I am psychic Sarah Jane, host of Welcome Your Woo, where intuition, energy, and the mystical world come together to guide you through life's most profound experiences. Thank you for tuning in to receive intuitive insights, spiritual guidance, and conversations that will open your heart and mind. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm super excited to be here this evening with all of you. And tonight, as we open up, I thought it would just be the most perfect time, being January 1st today, to go ahead and do a collective reading. So in just a moment, I'm going to pull some cards and see what the message is for the collective energy, what's in store for what's in store for 2025. Now, I'm just going to put this out there. For me personally, and to each their own, I'll say that. For me personally, the new year really is around springtime. However, like for the sake of the calendar that we follow and, it's just being how we kind of show up in the world. I like to just go ahead and see what is in store for this coming year. What is the message for us? And, what are the things that we can expect? And then what I'd like to do after that is take a couple of callers and see what is in store for them as well. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in and grab some cards. Today I'm going to pull from the Healing Waters Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And I'm just going to go into this and say, hey, Spirit, what is the message for us today? What's the message for the collective? What do we need to know? What's in store for 2025? What can we expect? So let's see here. Got some cards flying out here. I'm going to pull a couple here. And then I'm just going to channel and see what comes through based on the cards that come out. All right. Oh, I feel like that's it right there. Okay. All right. The first card we have here is we have Bounteous, generously given, relationships coming together. Okay. So what I will say about this is I really do feel like for 2025, we are coming together. I've been talking about this for a hot minute about how the communities are coming back. Think of tribes. Think of generational living. So when I think about generational living, I think about, you're living with your parents, your grandparents, your children, multi-generations. We used to do that all the time. We're going to go back to that. Okay. We have separated so much that we've become so disconnected. And so community living, I think we're going to see more tiny homes being built, villages, where people are going to come together and build these smaller spaces to occupy for themselves, but these larger places to gather in community. But expect this to be something that starts to really ramp up for 2025. People start talking more about this. I think you're going to hear more and more about people doing this. I actually have people in my own life that I'm super close to that are doing something similar. So I think that is just really a validation and a remembering of this importance of coming together, that when we do come together and we do come in relationship with one another and we can give generously from our hearts, we can be of heart-centered service. That's when we get to receive that bounty. Next card we have here is Isle of Avalon, healing, returning to wholeness, transformation. I think we're going to see a lot of transformation for 2025. Many of the light workers, star seeds, those of us that have been doing this inner work, the journey, those that are spiritually connected, the ones that are interested in expanding into their higher levels of awareness, their higher consciousness, opening and expanding into their psychic abilities, are going to have exponential growth for 2025. And when we open those spiritual gifts that we have, when we open our psychic abilities, it automatically triggers healing, because that is often how we open those new gifts that we have up to access them. So I expect more healing to happen along on a collective level, on an individual level. I am expecting more people to really come back, remembering who they are, what they came for, learning to really lean in and dive into their purpose and start fulfilling that as well. The next card I have, oh, this is a good one. Let it go. Release the past, forgive, soften, and move forward. So there's a few things that I'll have to say about this card. Is the one is like releasing the past. So we have lots of old karmic ties, old energies that have been coming up for many of us, and we are moving through those. We are releasing them, letting them go through the work that we're doing, but also like this forgiveness thing that's coming through. This is not just forgiveness of others. I'm being told to remind everyone that's listening to remember to forgive yourself. We often are harder on ourselves than we are anyone else. We hold ourselves to higher standards than we do anyone else. We are often less compassionate, less gentle with ourselves than we are with others. And so if you can learn to actually forgive yourself, first and foremost, it is easier to forgive others. And forgiveness is truly to give as you did before. So if you take the word forgive, just swap that around. It is to give as you did before, whatever it was the hurt that occurred. So really look into how can we work to forgive more. I also talk about forgiveness from the childlike perspective. Have you ever noticed a 5-year-old? Like you could upset a 5-year-old. They could be super angry and very mad at you and literally throw the biggest fit and be so upset and 2 seconds later forgive you. So can we start forgiving like a 5-year-old? Because if we could forgive like a 5-year-old, move through it quickly, we're not holding on to all of that. When we aren't forgiving, whether it's ourselves or someone else, that's just energy we're holding on to that is not serving us. That's why it's also saying release the past. So when you forgive, you're able to release that past energy that's kept you stuck, allows you to then, as it says, move forward. The next card we have is Let It Rain. Allowing what is inevitability and trust. Oh man. So as we move through those things, as we're able to soften, as we're able to move forward, release those things, forgive, we do have to allow the process to happen because whatever is meant to unfold will. We have to always trust that Spirit has a plan and that everything is unfolding in divine order through divine orchestration. And that can be really supportive as we move through this next year, as we have, this remembering that we all are here for this plan and this purpose. We all have one. And if we can trust that Spirit has our back and really allow what is, then we can actually create the life that we want to have. And that leads me straight into the next card, which is the absolute most perfect way to really close this piece out of the cards that I pulled. And that is the pink dolphin. And it says celebration, fun, unbridled joy, open heart. Well, when I think of this, the dolphin energy reminds me of the inner child. Your inner child is who you are at your most authentic self because it's who you are before all of your programming and limiting beliefs were created. And so if you can let the inner child energy out through the process of allowing what's going on, trusting that Spirit has your back, be super playful as you're letting go of those things, right? The more fun that you can have, the more magic you ignite within yourself and in others. So that is what I will close out with for the year. Message to say to everyone listening for 2025 is really, how can you have more fun? In what ways can you celebrate yourself? What ways can you open your heart up to others, to yourself more, to new experiences? In what ways can you expand into your deepest desires? 2025 is calling for you to really listen to your deepest desires of your heart. We are deliberate creators. We can manifest our deepest desires, but you must allow yourself and expect the things that you want to have to show up. Because if you are constantly believing something else or that they're not possible, that's exactly what they will be. So can you, for 2025, focus on your deepest desires, the things you want to create, releasing and letting go the things that are no longer serving you, and also allowing yourself to just be in the process, with your childlike wonder so that you can receive the bounty of life. That's what is available to you every day. It's available. So I think that this would be a good opportunity whenever we're ready. I can pull some more cards here in a second, but I would love to take some callers when we're ready to see what they may have in store or to say. Some messages. Second here. Okay. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards. And I'm going to use a different deck this time. I'm going to pull from Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. Let's see here. Let's just see if there's any additional information to add to what I just said for this collective reading. Birthing a new age. Well, that's not the truth, because that's exactly what's happening right now. We have birthing a new age, dreaming a new world into being. So if you wanted to be that deliberate creator, what is the new earth, a new world that you want to live in and to experience look like? What creations do you want to bring forward? And I've been talking about how we're moving into this new earth energy, which is just a higher frequency, higher levels of consciousness. But what do you want to take with you? And what do you want to leave behind? Because there are things that I know many of us don't want to take with us. And there are things that we know just don't serve us. So what do you want to leave behind? That's the question. So 2025 is an opportunity to let go and literally leave behind whatever is not serving, like literally just walk away from it. I've been talking about this for a hot minute. Get off the hamster wheel, because we're breaking the cycles. And that takes me to the Starseed card, which just says what lights you up, because that is truly what you are meant to do, is what you deeply desire. What does your heart, what makes your heart pitter patter? And can you really lean into your deepest desires and bring forward more of that for your 2025? All right. It looks like we do have a caller ready for us. So let's go ahead and we're going to talk to Penny. And let's see, it says Glennon, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure I said that right.
Yes, you did.
Hi, Penny. How are you?
I'm good.
Happy New Year.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope.
Yes, let's hope. That's absolutely right. So tonight I am just doing some readings for the coming year and overall messages. Yep. Are you good if I go ahead and just pull some cards for you?
Yep, that's what I want to know. It'll be better than last year.
All right. All right, Spirit. Well, what is the message for Penny? What does she need to know? I'm going to pull a couple cards. All right. All right. The first card I have for you is the ripple effect, part of something bigger. Details are taken care of. This feels like more about trust. So Spirit's asking you to trust whatever experiences that you've had. Trust whatever's coming up, trust the process. And I'm being told that like whatever obstacles have come in your way, whatever tribulations or just less favorable outcomes that you've had over this last year, they have all been to help you on your journey, to give you contrast and perspective on the things that you want versus what you don't want. It's going to help give you clarity, but trust the process, and that whatever you've gone through was literally serving a purpose, and that 2025 does look to be, this is the song that's coming through to me right now, Penny, is I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I don't know if that song means anything to you.
Yep.
But
yep, because let me tell you, I had to work with one because he feels that, the county takes kids, and so they tried to pull some crap on me saying that I was being using the one and and they took her. And then we have all kinds of proof showing that they weren't even supposed to take her, and they did. And then we have, they tried to pull charges, everything else on me, and everything was not founded. But we're worried about now because my daughter's got 3 more kids, and we're worried that they might try to take those 3 from her because she's not in a stable thing.
Okay, let me keep reading the
card. Mine is all good. Mine's all good. So.
All right. So the next card you have is. The next card you have is Ride the Waves, which would make total sense, right? So there's a lot of movement and things going on, but it says life lessons and growth. You will get through this. So Spirit's just reminding you that whatever, these experiences have been, just keep riding the waves. Spirit has your back. These are the life lessons. I literally just said that to you before I read the card. So I was talking about how these all here to prepare you for just the lessons and experiences you need to have, and that you'll get through it. Spirit's like, we got your back. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. We're supporting you. Your team is here, and you're going to get through this. And the next card you have, which is so just interesting, just because these cards just all go so well together. You have Metamorphosis. So Metamorphosis, always the moment that I see the card, I think of, I think of the butterfly and the transformation, because that's exactly what this card is. It says embrace transformation. Things are different now. One of the things that I'm being told to remind you to do, Penny, is a practice that you can do is every night before you go to bed and every morning when you wake up is asking Spirit to put you on your highest timeline. So anything that just doesn't feel like in alignment with you or doesn't resonate any longer, don't be afraid to let those things go, to release them, and to allow yourself to move into new experiences, maybe even new people, whatever needs to put you on that space that's going to elevate your frequency and put you in the place that you desire to be. Do you have any specific questions?
Well, I want to know if those children are safe with the mom, or because I have to go up and get them. Because they have a court hearing coming up for the other little girl, and she's trying to get custody. She won't get them. But they're worried about UAF might try to take those little ones, the 3.
So my guys are saying trust, trust, trust. I just heard it 3 times. A bull card.
I trust nobody.
They're just saying trust, trust. So I just pulled align your life. So what is not aligned or needs to change. So this card is just really just saying there's something coming in around you trusting your intuition about the situation and about the experience.
Okay, now the best one is we're paying an outrageous amount for rent. But I want to be out here, like, by the time the kids get out of school. Do you see anything with me trying to buy a home or anything else? Because that's what we're trying to do.
Do I see any issue with you trying to buy a home?
Yeah, we're trying to get one by summertime or so.
All right, let me see.
We're going to start doing now. We're going to start now, but we're going to wait till they get out of school.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting a yes or a no. What I'm hearing is they're showing me that align your life card again. So make sure that your things are in alignment so that you are set up for success. So there may be things that show up that could be challenges or obstacles. If you have a clear vision, if you take inspired action to make sure that you are actually like working towards the thing you want to create, you're going to be more likely to have it. But Spirit says wherever you land is exactly where you're meant to land. That's what I'm being told to remind you. Also, the boundaries card came out as I was shuffling. So it's just saying, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So in what areas do you need to create more boundaries with people, ask for more help? And reminder that no is a complete and full sentence. You don't owe an explanation to people for things if you don't energetically feel like you have that in you. So don't be afraid to say no. But as far as the house, I'm not getting a definitive answer. I do feel like there may be more than one move. So it may be like you find something temporary and then later you find something better.
Okay, because just like you said, the trust thing is not mine. And we moved in down here. We've been here for 2 years, but we have just like we've been through so much that my trust thing's way out.
I wish you the best of luck, Penny. Thank you so much for calling tonight, and have a happy new year.
You too.
Thank you. Up next, we have Selena in Winsboro, Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did.
Happy New Year. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Super excited for all the things that are to come. And tonight, Selena, I am doing just some basic card pulls on like the messages for whoever's calling in for 2025. Are you good with that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. So let's just see what's in store for you. Spirits tell me to pull 5 cards for you tonight. So let's see. I'm just shuffling over here. Oh, the first one you got, Sacred Well, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty, giving from a place of plenty. So the message for you around this for coming up for 2025 is to really take a deep dive of being intentional with your self-care. So can you work to fill up your cup and give from your overflow? So often we are giving to everyone else, forgetting about ourselves, or we give to them, and then we think we'll just get what's left, and often there's nothing left. So Spirit's just like, oh, time to fill your cup. So make sure that your self-care is a priority for 2025. It will help you balance your energy and manage your stress as well. The next card you have is Bounteous. So generously given, relationships coming together. So there is definitely going to be more unity coming in. I'm also seeing maybe some new friendships coming in. Spirit's also saying to gather your tribe of people. So if there are maybe new things you're wanting to experience, or maybe you're ready to make some new friends, or maybe that feels scary, but like you feel that urge to do that, then this would be the opportunity this year to do that. There is this invitation to call in your tribe of people that you feel most aligned with. And I'm being told have more fun, more play, more fun and more play. The next card you have is Immerse Yourself, training, learning new hobbies and passions. So it seems like the 2025 year really, Selena, is going to be around yourself. So immersing yourself in things that you find interest in. So if there's something you want to learn, if there's maybe you're interested in expanding your psychic abilities and you want a teacher, maybe you're interested in a yoga class or doing something that just makes your heart light up. This is your opportunity and your time to say yes to yourself and go explore what that looks like for you. Did you buy a car recently, or have you been thinking about it?
Thinking about it.
I'm being told it's a yes. Go for it.
Okay.
I just saw like a new car.
Right. Interesting.
Oh, you got the rainbow. This is a really, really great card on this deck and a really powerful card. So it's sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. So 2025, I'm seeing new doors open, new opportunities for you. So things that feel fun, things that you just feel called to, start walking through those doors of opportunity, because you're going to start really discovering what you want, what you don't want. And the only way to figure out what you really like or don't is to experience it first. So if it's a no, you'll feel it. If it's a yes, you'll feel that too. Follow your gut feelings and your intuition. That's another big message for 2025. But you definitely have some new opportunities coming your way for this year.
Awesome.
And you have the plunge card. I love this. I love all these cards for you. So the plunge card says, don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. So just validation to all the things that I said to you. This is your time. They're saying, make this the year of Selena. Make this all about you. So there is some type of invitation here about really self-care, self-love, nurturing yourself, finding the things that light up your heart, and really doing the things that make you happy. How does that feel?
Oh, that's amazing. I would like to say it's about time.
It's about time. I'm hearing that too. I'm actually hearing your guide say, like, it is about time. It is time to make this the year of Selena and go get that new car, is what they're telling me.
Okay.
Yes, they're just saying do the things that light you up. So do you have any specific questions for 2025 that you would like to know?
Work-wise, can you see anything about that, career-wise, job-wise?
I am seeing a shift or change somewhere around April or May.
Okay.
Have you been thinking about a new job?
Well, I haven't lived in Winsboro all that long, and I've been having a struggle trying to find work because I'm just not from here. And this is one of those, if you're not from here, you're going to have a hard time. So it's been a struggle, but I'm thinking it's going to get better. It has to.
Yeah, I'm actually hearing the old TV show. I think it's the Jeffersons. I'm moving on up. That's
right.
You know that old theme song from that TV show? That's what's playing. So,
I do. I sure do.
Does that show mean anything to you?
No, my sister and I used to sing it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So something that you used to do with her. I figured it was connected to you somewhere. So I'm just hearing there's going to be some shifts and changes. It looks like something around April or May, but be clear in what you want to call in, and also remove your limiting belief that if you're not from there, you can't find it, because you're a deliberate creator. So start creating an affirmation that says, oh, everyone is attracted to my energy and wants to hire me.
Right.
Right. All right, Salida, thank you so much for calling tonight. I'm super grateful to have had you here. I wish you all the best for 2025. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much. This is a wrap for tonight's episode of Welcome Your Woo. I hope that you've had fun nestling in with me this evening, and I hope that you return for more of this next week, where I will continue talking all of the things. I love doing these readings. I love having all of you here. Make sure that you come back next week. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. If you would like to stay connected, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram for daily inspiration and updates. So that's my Facebook group, Welcome Your Woo with Psychic Sarah Jane, easy to find, or you can also find me at sarahjanepatton.com. All right, you guys, as always, remember to stay open, trust the journey, and welcome your woo. I'll see you next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for this segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week ahead, a week that's been, and we're coming into the first week of the year. So it's the 3rd of January 2025 for me. So today we have an exact opposition between Mars and Pluto, and that's happening today. So that can be a bit volatile, a bit angry. I could see on the news last night that happened. All those things were happening in America, so that could be that transit there. But it's a very sort of an angry transit that we've got, and that will be the second time they will conjunct. We will come into a third time later in the year. We've also got coming up this week, we've got on the 5th, we've got a sextile the Sun to Saturn. That's really helping us to be quite resilient and working through any problems and any issues that come our way, finding a resolution, and really setting our intentions straight as well with that transit. On the 7th, we've got Mercury, which is going to be squaring Neptune. That can be a little bit of deception with that transit, or it could be that you might decide not to talk to someone anymore, like a dissolving conversation could come up with that transit. On the 9th, you've got the Sun, which will also be squaring into Mars. That might be a bit of an angry day. So that with the square, so it could be more anger and frustration since we do have that Mars at the end of Leo. It will retrograde back into Cancer on the 6th. So it's going to be more perhaps going within, being more protected. Mars in Cancer, it's not really a fun thing. Mars doesn't really, it's not a placement where Mars finds its strength, but it also can be about sort of going more within, more about to do with like housing markets, perhaps going haywire, or aspect about family, like a nurturing, but I feel like it's about going within. We also have on the 3rd, so today we've got Venus moving into Pisces. I feel like that's about having a lot of rose-colored glasses on and making like your world to how, it's like a delusion here, how you want to see your world, making it look nice and pretty. And on the 8th, we've got Mercury that will move into Capricorn. That's going to be about very logic with that transit. It's about making things sound, look very logical, having everything having its place and making things make sense, setting boundaries and like following certain rules that are coming up with that transit as well. And then we've also got a try with Mercury and Mars, which is giving us that strength to be able to be vocal and say what we need to say, giving us a lot of courage here to speak up with that transit. I feel like this week it's going to be about keeping calm, cool, collected, avoiding conflicts because of just the aspects that we have, keeping annoying people away. So anything that's going to cause you a lot of frustration, about avoiding it, I feel this week. People wanting to control their environments, people wanting more time and energy to do things. Because like the collective needs change, or they're craving change here. And it's also this week will also be about creating a balance too in your life. It's also reflecting, but I feel like we're being pushed into 2025 and we're just starting, and I feel like this year is just going to be crazy with the transits that we have coming up and with the things that are going to come up. And I just feel like things are going to happen before our eyes, like very fast, like flashes of just things which you can't believe, and that things just coming at us, which is going to be happening all year that I feel. Let's go to the caller. So we've got here Amla. who's in America, who's in Stratford. So, hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Hi, I wasn't sure if, can I ask for a relationship question?
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah, that's okay. So you want to know about relationships?
Yeah, I just was wondering when you might see that coming in this year.
Let's have a look.
Okay, thank you.
I just heard when it's time, and I heard you hearing that song, You Can't Hurry Love, that you just have to wait. Like you can't force it. And I feel like that you're looking in the wrong places. I feel like you need to wait for love to come to you, because I feel like I do see you quite happy and in love and very giddy. And I see someone very like romantic giving you flowers. I don't know if it's going to be this year or not, but I do see it happening for you. But it's like, it's the timing. It's when the time is going to happen. It's like in astrology, I know when love is coming in someone's chart, if they've got Jupiter in the 5th, 7th, or they around Venus. I'm channeling information for you. When look, I'm getting March next year, but I don't know if it means March like coming 25 or 26, but I am hearing like March, but they did tell me next year. I feel like that there's a lot of things you got to clean up, because I feel like I'm seeing with a broom and just cleaning up the mess and cleaning out, sweeping things out of the house. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you've got to do, like it's like uncomplicate things first. And I feel like that because the other person that you want to come in, it's like they're at the moment, they've got a lot on their plate and a lot on their mind. And when they're free up, it's like you guys just meet and you're very compatible. I feel like you'll be waiting for this person for a long time. And you're being very hopeful that this is going to happen about. But I do feel like that there's written communication first before you guys come together. But I feel like that this person, they're confused and they just need to really like neaten things up. But there's nothing you can do to force it. But I feel like it's just going to happen when it happens. But I am hearing March, but I heard March next year. So I don't know if that means meaning 2026. That could possibly mean 2026, not 2025. But I feel like you're waiting. I feel like you might even know this person. I feel like that, like you've met in the past, like it's like someone doesn't leave, like the energy doesn't leave. So I feel like it is like could be like a soulmate or some sort of soul connection here. There's also someone that's afraid too, and there's a sense of trapment, like someone's here feeling like they're trapped. But there's also like either they're afraid or there's like maybe mental health or that they're sad or depressed. There's money saved for this, and it's about preparing. But I don't feel like for you, it's about uncomplicating things first. You need to uncomplicate stuff. It's like you're cleaning out things here as well. I also feel like that there's a young male in your ear telling you what you have to do, but like there's a manipulation there, like they want you to do things their way, but you need to don't be headstrong and do it your way. I don't know if this is like a son or something. I just feel like young male that's like in your ear, but there's an ulterior motive. They want things done a certain way. It's like their way, but you need to do it your way. They're really trying to like push a bit here. There's a pushing in boundaries. They want boundaries to be open or wider. I don't know if this is a son or I don't know who this person is around you, but that's what I get too around you as well. I also get I've also said that there's a dog that's passed over as well. I feel like he's a family dog. I see it as an old dog. So I do feel like he passed, like he was old when he passed. And the way that I see the dog, I mean, I see like a Labrador. So I don't know if it was a Labrador or not. Maybe it's just a dog that's very smart or a very helpful dog. But the dog's very hopeful. And the dog's very in tune and very happy. But the dog's passed over. But it was a family dog. So I don't know if it's your dog. The dog wanted to be around people.
I don't have a dog now. I've never had a dog, so I don't know.
Okay, you never had a dog?
I never had a dog.
Okay. The dog's family. The dog's saying it's a family dog. I don't know. So I know someone around you has had a dog that's passed over. Like it could be like last 2 years or something. But this dog's likes to be around people, and I feel like it doesn't like to be lonely and or let around like by itself. And the dog knows you, but it's something about. So I don't know if it's like another relative has had a dog, but there's a dog this dog keeps on telling me it's part of the family.
Oh,
so
okay. That could make sense. That makes sense a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So the dog just wants to say hi, and it is trying to reach a female. I feel like maybe the owner was a female owner, because he's trying to reach a female, but he just wants to jump up and say hi to this maybe a young girl, like a female as well, because it's telling me about the female that was very very tender, very nice to her, nice to the dog too. And I feel like the dog's telling me it always did what it was told as well. But the dog wants to say hi to you. Or say hi. Back with your relationship, I just feel like that everything will work out, but it's not, unfortunately, it's not your timing. It's the universe timing. But it's like when it happens, it's going to be like fireworks, and it's like it's like you're in this bubble. It's like what once was, it will be again. I just feel like it's someone from the past that's going to come back for you.
Okay. So wait, so it's interesting you were talking about, cleaning out. It's funny. I mean, I'm not trying to push any, but I cleaned out the entire house this past 24. I cleaned out everything. And it's just interesting that you said that. They need to clean things out. And I've cleaned my, self-inner awareness, all the junk and the gunk and the shadow stuff that I've been through. And then also just the physical stuff in the house as well. I've cleaned out a lot. I really have. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I could just see you with this big broom and just like cleaning like the dust, like cleaning out the house. So I was that's why I could see my third eye. But this year for you, like it is about letting go of things that you don't want anymore. And it is about also feel like about embracing new things. But I don't know, just be careful of this male that keeps on. I just feel like there's manipulation with this male. So I just feel like that just to follow your heart, your soul, what you want, and don't let yourself be under the thumb of anyone. I want to say that.
Yes. So you feel like it's going to be natural the way I meet this person? It's just going to happen?
I feel like it will happen, but it's like a timeline. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but I could see you quite happy, and I can see it going to happen, but I'm being told it's like it's the universe timing. It's not your time. So I don't feel like you can force this, because this other person has to do some work before they can before they can be with you, because they've got a lot on their plate.
So what you're saying is that he's not ready.
Well, yeah, I just feel like he's got to clean up his own stuff. Like there's a lot going on for this person, and they've got to.
Okay.
I just see a lot on their plate, and they've got to clean that up before they can be with you.
Absolutely. So it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for calling in today. So everybody, if you want to contact me for a reading, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. I'm in the middle of editing that and changing that up. My Facebook page is Lady D Psychic Parties. And my Instagram is Lady DS Psychic. My TikTok is Lady D Psychic, Lady D Psychic. And my YouTube is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. I've got nearly up to 1,000 subscribers there. And this week we're putting up my predictions for 2025, which will be an amazing video. So I'll thank you, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. Namaste. everybody. I'm Azrael, and I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee today. And it is wonderful to be here with you. What a magical day. Hey, today is a day where Pluto shifts into Aquarius. And